Hey, how you doing? Welcome back. It's game 3 of Watch a Leafs Game with Steve Dangle. Did you see me read it? Like I don't know the title yet. It's Watch a Leaf Game with me. We're here on Sportsnet's YouTube channel. I know you just got here, but why don't you click like, because you're going to assume the stream is going to be good. And you're going to want to click subscribe because maybe you didn't know about this one. Maybe you're here by accident, mistake, chance, luck. You don't want to miss it next time. A little notification bell. It's a beautiful thing. Wow. So we have breaking news. Nick Foligno is not playing tonight. And I made this joke recently, and I will tell you it in a minute. Chris Johnston tweeting a little snippet from today's presser with the Leafs. Here's what Sheldon Keefe, this is Chris Johnston now talking. Here's what Sheldon Keefe had to say on Nick Foligno early this afternoon, playoffs. And the question came from Terry Koshan of the Toronto Sun. Do you have an update on the status of Nick Foligno? Sheldon Keefe. Yeah, Nick will play tonight. So that was a lie. Coaches are just big, dirty liars as soon as the playoffs begin. But also in the playoffs, you know, you can't assume it's gamesmanship. It could be the truth of about noon is not the truth of 7 p.m. Eastern. So Riley Nash will slot in on the Leafs' second line. So what it sounds like, it'll be Hyman, Matthews, Marner, but Wayne Simmons will be in the starting lineup, just like he was in Game 2. Interesting. The third line will be Engvall, Mikheyev, and Kerfoot. Fourth line, Grumpy Old Men. Defense looks to be the same, and Campbell and net. Second line will be Galchenyuk, Riley Nash, and William Nylander. Now, for any of you who are concerned, and I'm saying this directly into a mirror, this from Kevin Papetti is a great tweet. Great point. In 2018, Game 4, Leafs have the series at home. They were down 2-0 to Boston. They win Game 3. Matthews power play goal, huge paddle save from Freddie in the dying minutes. They can tie that series up at home in Game 4 because Patrice Bergeron is out of the lineup. And the Leafs end up losing that game. And part of the reason they lost that game, from Kevin Papetti, Riley Nash played between Brad Marchand and David Pastrnak when Patrice Bergeron missed time in the 2018 playoff series against the Leafs. The Leafs need to need the same thing from him tonight. And he's absolutely right. As we get ready for puck drop, really quickly, the Habs line's very different. Arturi Lehkonen, Philip Deneau, and Josh Anderson, the top line. Oh, never mind. Get ready for puck drop. That thing dropped. I dropped the ball. Oh, and we already got a player down. What happened? Ben Sherratt, you know he's going to be a target for the rest of the series after the Tavares thing. What happened? Oh, that was nothing Hyman did from what I saw. He sort of caught an edge. Is he all right? Hyman sort of checking in on him. Just a weird play. So now Mitch Marner comes out to join his center. And now they got Marner out there. Wayne Simmons is just he's the pace car basically. Habs ice the puck. I don't mind that. I like how Sheldon Keefe has played with the Lions. Here's a look at Nick Foligno. Trying to figure out what happened to him. Oh boy, they're gonna need this player. Whoa, looking real gingerly, stepping gingerly, looking real ginger. I don't know. Oh! Leafs going back to that winning recipe from Game 2. Game 1, they looked way too similar to how they were against the Columbus Blue Jackets in that 5-game series in the bubble. Too much of a perimeter team. In this one, or in Game 2, I should say, far more aggressive. Attacking the net, attacking the slot. If he can see it, he's Carey Price. If he can't see it, he's some other guy. This probably won't be enough for ice. No. How are we feeling tonight? Leafs win this game. I think there's a real good chance they win this series. Oh, you're offside by a country mile there, Gouch. What was that? What was that?
Rotation down as Marner goes up, and all Morgan Riley's looking for.
I think that's the most offside a player has ever been.
Maybe open up the 5-hole.
Not named Matt Duchene.
Stayed down. He closed the 5-hole, had the stick there, and Riley looking at it on the bench to have a look.
Always got to have the Matt Duchene qualifier. Who's down now?
The game comes a minute 2 in, and Brendan Gallagher's signaling for 4.
Got to wonder about the officiating in this game. A lot of Montreal Canadiens fans very upset after last game. Oh, Galch, not a good start to this one. Is he going to the box right now? He goes off by an absolute mile. Nowhere near being onside. And he takes a high stick. 4? Where's the blood? I see the cut on his face. He's had that for a week. 4?
They're going now just to check to make sure.
Keep in mind, I can't hear the game. I'm sure there's a good explanation on the broadcast. We said this last time. You can't hear me.
But they've got the call right.
What are they reviewing here? Do we have a goal? Did he lose a tooth? Oh, he's got some blood.
I think it's a quick review, and it's a 4-minute penalty.
He's got some blood.
Pollock,
it's kind of arbitrary. You see guys bleed sometimes, and they don't call it. Well, that's a less than ideal start to the game. And Nick Foligno not playing in this game. He's been such a good part of the Leafs' penalty kill. A penalty kill has been very effective through 2 games. You do not want to give up the first goal of the game 3 straight games. It's funny, Leaf fans, before this game began, oh boy, I'm just going to stop yapping. I'm going to watch the game. Get that.
On this Montreal power play, Marner battling for it. Anderson behind the net. Back to Weber. Into the slot it goes. Tatar kicks it off to Foley. The 28-goal man during the regular.
Come on, Mitch. Yep. Get it out. There you go. Ooh, almost a break. Good kill so far. Boy, 4 minutes is an awful long time. You don't want to get that puck over the glass penalty. They lowered the glass in the first game. The other key thing, I don't know if this is the most winning attitude in the world, but with the double minor, you always want to at least get to the 2-minute mark because you don't want to give up the goal and then have to kill another one. Get to the 2-minute mark, kill the first minor, and then go from there. Riley Nash out there in place of Foligno, so that's something. Oh. Is that Caulfield? Yes, it was. Cole Caulfield. Notably in the Montreal Canadiens lineup. I didn't get to read the whole lineup there off the top. Oh, boy. You know what? That kid, he's going to be great. I don't know how good he's going to be yet. Because no matter how great you think he's going to be, and I think he's going to be great, you're going from college to NHL regular season to NHL playoffs in a very short amount of time. And it's difficult to get up to the speed. His finishing power, though, no one's questioning his finishing power. If he has an open lane to shoot at, he's going to shoot, and it's a dangerous shot. So the power play is perfect for him. It's a great way to get him some ice, get him used to it, build some confidence. And the more confidence this kid gets, it's going to be bad news for anyone playing in his division. Or, for example, playing against him in a playoff series.
Jeff Petrie with 1 goal in his last 30. He was 3rd in defensive goal scoring. Sends it around for Gallagher. Kotkaniemi trying to hold the zone. McCabe was there, and it comes.
Leafs managed to clear.
They'll have to regroup at center. Caulfield to the bench, and Tyler Toffoli comes out. Pass for Toffoli, who plays.
Oh, what happened there? So the Leafs get the double minor, the first minor of the double minor killed. So if the Habs were to score here, which we obviously don't want, offside, which we obviously don't want, at least the penalty will be over. At least.
Almost think you have to try to come with speed, get it in deep, and try to retrieve like they're trying to go here.
Now it's Hall sending it.
Oh,
Pass, Weber
there you
down
go.
the ice.
Very effective penalty kill so far.
Nash and Mitch Marner head to the bench
It
on
was
the
really
bench.
letting the team down at times during the regular season, but
14 remaining in the
early in this series, it's been quite effective. Still over a minute left, though, here.
Here's Suzuki with the entry.
I am going to get to your questions in the chat. It's just double minor. I'm nervous. Nervous. Folks, get to that. Come on, Mickey. Yeah, I don't blame that dump in there, bud. First question from Doug, the Leafs fan. It's his birthday. Happy birthday, Doug. Do we see Jake Allen or Freddie Anderson in Game 4? I really don't think so. It's the playoffs. He emptied the tank. If the Habs... I was going to say if the Habs win, maybe they do. No. It's going to be Carey Price no matter what. Unless he gets hurt / looks terrible. It's Carey Price. He could look awful, and I think they'd go back to him. You pay him $10 million. You know what I mean? And this isn't Sergei Bobrovsky, no disrespect to the guy who is also a $10 million goaltender, but he's been terrible. Playoff Price is surely a thing. And as for Campbell, should probably get to the other guy, he's been pretty healthy for a while. They gave him that maintenance day. I think it was after Game 1. If I were a Leaf fan, I wouldn't go worrying about that. I think your starters are your starters. I don't think too many teams have been... Oh, there you go. I don't think too many teams have been fussed about the back-to-backs because I believe there's been one in every series. I don't know that for sure. The only teams you see fidgeting with their goalies are teams that aren't satisfied with their goaltending. Panthers, I believe they're about to play an elimination game with a... How old's Spencer Knight? 20? 19? It's a hell of a thing for him. That's a confident move from Sandin. It didn't go so good, but it's a confident move.
Sandin regrouping it with Morgan Riley. Up off Matthews and down.
It doesn't look like the Habs got a single shot on goal during that power play. That's 4-minute penalty kill. Super not ideal start to the game. Someone's got to talk to Galch and say, hey, buddy, calm down. But as far as disastrous starts go, that went okay. John, I'll try to read this before the face-off. I watched Game 2 with you, and they won, so now I have to watch this one. How does it feel to be a superstition? Boy, if I'm your superstition bud, your heart rate's in for a rough ride. This is the other tough thing about starting your game with such a long penalty kill. Like Joe Thornton is stepping on the ice for the first time 6 minutes in. That's an intentional. Yeah, that should be an offensive zone draw for the Leafs there. It's hard to get into the game. Has Spezza touched the ice? I don't even know if Spezza's been on the ice. Was he on the penalty kill? He's usually there for face-offs. Whew! All right. So not the most ideal start. Excuse me while I adjust my camera. Not the most ideal start, but they kill it off. It'd be very nice to see to see the Leafs. This is what the Leafs penalty kill said. It'd be very nice to see the Leafs get the first goal for the first time in the series. By the way, don't forget to send your questions through to the chat. Don't be mean to myself or each other. I see how you're mean sometimes. Be nice. It's hockey. Have fun. Love each other. Mihao09. Hi, Mihao. How mad would you be if that was the Leafs power play that got 0 shots in 4 minutes? Yeah, I'd be pretty upset. I mean, that would definitely be a step backward after last game where through 2 games, this power play has looked good. I thought looked dangerous. The problem, other than giving up the game-winning goal in Game 1, shorthanded, was the result, right? The first 2 power plays I thought were excellent. The third, not as much. And then, or was the third? I can't remember. The first two were very good. And then I remembered they surrendered the shorty at some point. And then obviously they had a late power play to tie it up, and it was just no good. Last night, I don't think they had a single bad power play. And they managed to convert on 2 of them. If they can shake off the fact, okay, game 2, you're shaking off the fact you don't have Johnny. Game 3, you got to shake off the fact, all right, we don't have Foligno. Shake it off. Get your opportunities. Ooh, Patty says thoughts on the Oilers. Where do I start? You know, I picked the Oilers to win in 5. And, well, they're not. Even if they somehow come back, they ain't winning in 5. We got to give the Jets more credit. But the Jets are winning games the way that they have to, which is basically relying on goaltending. There's Spezza in the game. This is a 2-on-1 right here. It's bad news. Oh, what a pass! Stop by Campbell. Ooh, baby. Who was that? Toffoli and Gallagher? That is a bad 2-on-1, my friend. Oh, baby. That's not a great look from the fourth line there. That's such a good Hail Mary pass, though, and the puck drops exactly how he needed it to. Force him to at least make a sauce pass. Hoo, baby. So the Oilers. It's funny, like the season series, the Oilers killed the Jets. But I was thinking about it, like in some ways the Jets are the Oilers' worst nightmare. Is he not in the trapezoid? Okay. In some ways the Jets are the Oilers' worst nightmare because they're a really opportunistic team. And for all their faults, and their forwards defensively I think are awful. But for all their faults, they got finishers and they're very opportunistic. And the Oilers still, after all these years, do not have the defense. They just don't have the defense. Good stop by Campbell again. That's tough for him, too. He had to wait about 7 minutes to face his first shot, and it's a 2-on-1 there, stopping Brendan Gallagher. Sean, who's your most underrated Leaf? It might be TJ Brody. No one really talks about him. He's like the least flashy guy in the world on this team. Man, I think it was Eric Francis who covers the Flames when he was talking about what to expect. He's like, well, sometimes he makes mistakes like Jake Gardiner. And I went, uh-oh. I can see why the Leafs would like him. They like Jake Gardiner, but is that really what they need? And then he comes in and he's this like two-on-one murdering, like non-offensive dude who just lets Morgan Riley go green light every shift. What happened here? What happened here? Leafs going to the box again?
Dominic Ducharme saying about his team. I mentioned the chances off the rush, but just hasn't felt they had the
better not be Hyman.
Zone time, and you need a little sustained pressure.
Again, I can't hear the broadcast, so I'm not sure what's going on. If I don't catch it, I like to think I catch it, but I don't catch it. Most underrated Leaf, I think I'd have to go with Brody. All right, no penalty. I guess it was just offside. All right, Galch, let's make this shift better than the last one, yeah? New look line already. Galchenyuk, Kerfoot, and Nylander. That probably makes more sense. Kerfoot and Nylander do have good chemistry. Not necessarily Kerfoot at center, but for a while last year, very sparingly this year, but for a while last year they had that line. Good stop. For a while last year they had that line. Tavares in the middle, Kerfoot on the left, I think, and Nylander on the right. Whatever, Kerfoot and Nylander were the wingers. Oh, I think that one went off Willie. Oh, man. Pretty much every stop Campbell's made so far has been pretty good, pretty tricky. Oh, Perry. Oh, gift that. Save that. And we got, now we got Riley Nash out there with Galchenyuk and Nylander. Maybe it was just a weird change. We're going to see some weird lines tonight, folks. Those are words.
Trying to come up with a puck. It's Tatar turning back.
Don't.
Kind of interesting to see how Tatar was
Watching the trip.
Through the morning skate.
Those are really the only penalties Nylander seems to get.
And then was told Eric Stahl can't go. You're in.
All right.
You know that you just have to shake
screw it. Is that your name? Can you give a shout out to Andy? He's a huge hockey fan from California. Shout out to Andy. Screw it. Threw me off. Shout out to Andy. Enjoy the weather in California, you lucky jerk. Here we go. Grumpy old men. Let's go. Crash that net. Win that face off. Crash that net. Crash it.
Was deflected. Carey Price stopping it. And
that was okay.
Chop it deep for Simmons.
They listened, mostly.
Watched by Kulak in behind the net. Helping out there is Merrill, and he'll play it off the glass and pass Muzzin.
Oh, again the 2-on-1 with this line. That was a very fortunate bounce. What did that hit?
A little bit of a sputtering start to game number 3.
Ooh, that's the second time. First time that line got caught. Second time they almost got caught. Starting them in the offensive zone. You got to be careful. And that's not even necessarily the grumpy old men line's fault. That's it was either Muzzin or Hall. I think it was Muzzin going for the pinch. That's the second time.
In the opening game.
This is who you want in the offensive zone.
Marner and Hyman in the first 2 games. Anderson able to win that faceoff. Around it goes off Lehkonen and out. Morgan Riley feeding it ahead off Hyman. Price to play it off the inboards for Lehkonen. And that one flipped over the glass.
Oh, do we have a puck over the glass penalty? Everyone's favorite.
In the opening game, and now Arturi Lehkonen
yeah.
will get the gate.
Do we have a penalty? Camera goes immediately to a player who screams a swear word. Yep, well. Is it a double minor for delay of game? Okay, that is a great example of making your own luck. And I've talked about this season. He panics and whips it over because Hyman's barreling down on him. That's Hyman doing his job real well. The slow-mo's great. Oh. Let's see if this power play can continue. Stay hot, boys.
Now Matthews on it. Kicks back to Sandin. Marner returns.
Man, Matthews makes space for his teammates.
They play catch.
Everyone's afraid of him. Should be. Being afraid of him is the correct opinion.
Back for Sandin again. Armia on the penalty killing roll.
Shot would be good. Who likes shots?
Rasmus Sandin, Matthews, shot off a skate
in
front.
That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad.
Retrieved by Sandin, and now Thornton steers it around.
Change?
Matthews up high.
Maybe? No.
Shakes the checking of Deneau.
Oh, they're spread out.
Ah! And at the end of the shift, he
very fortunate. We're about 50 seconds into the penalty kill. That was a 2-on-1. Clear-cut 2-on-1. Ooh. Leafs are playing with fire a little bit to start this game. I'm not feeling the most comfortable. Are they onside right now? I'm sure we'll find out after they score. Oh my God!
What a stop! Price comes across and robbed Jason Spezza.
What?
And what an athletic move for Price there.
Did he?
Spezza, he got the shot he wanted. He controlled it.
No.
Sure that he took a step to
How didn't that go in?
The wide open net. Watch that plant and then just reach with the stick in desperation. Gets there and oh man. You know, that's one that is Jason Spezza.
Oh my God!
This up, better not put it along the ice. That's one.
Oh my God!
Would have been in the back of the net.
No way!
The effort there of number 31 coming back and making that save.
What I just witnessed.
Well, he's got a lengthy highlight.
What did I just witness?
Add that one to it.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
What a play by Nylander.
I cannot believe he got a piece of that. That was like Freddie on Pasternak, Game 3, 2018.
pass opened up.
I think it was better, frankly. Oh, get that!
Off a stick high.
I'm stunned. I'm stunned. I'm stunned. Scoring here would really take the wind out of their sails after that amazing save. But if you're the Habs, you got to feel like your boy's going to stop everything tonight. Oh, my God. What a stop from Carey Price. His second highway robbery save of the series. Oh, my God. Oh, what do you even say about that? He just laughed the whole time. Gee. Oh! And that's going to be in this week's Paddle Save Emporium. What day of the week is it, Drew? That's Thursday. We do those Thursday. So Thursday for new Steve's Hat Picks, a.k.a. Paddle Save Emporium. And Tuesday is Dangets. That is tomorrow. We make a new Dangets video. From Elliot, if the Leafs are... Whoa. If the Canadiens are eliminated, if the Canadiens eliminated the Leafs, would you cheer for them? No! What? No? I do have a team that I would cheer for, and I'm not going to tell you who they are because the Leafs are in the playoffs. But they sent me a blanket. I think it's fairly obvious. Eric, do you think McDavid's days in Edmonton are numbered? Listen, we were all so distracted by Jack Eichel ending up as a member of the New York Rangers that we didn't stop to consider the possibility of Connor McDavid going to the New York Rangers. No, I mean, first of all, betting against McDavid seems like a fool's errand. So I know that could be done by the end of the night, but you just never know with a guy who's as dangerous as this player, with a rather prolific Robin in Leon Draisaitl. BM, do you miss Phil Kessel? No. You know what? He's better admired from afar. I don't want him back here. He doesn't want to come back here, and it's nothing against him. It's almost like the guys who played for like the Carlisle Leafs. I'm like, yeah, you served your time. You know what I mean? You served your time. It's all good, dude. Do your thing. Go win your cups in Pittsburgh. Go do whatever you're doing in Arizona. Go get 900 points, apparently. You know this dude's going to hit 1,000. And you look at the criteria to end up in the Hall of Fame. When it's all said and done, he's going to have better criteria than a lot of guys. Oh, come on, Zach. He's going to have better criteria than guys who made it, is what I was trying to say there. Very sloppy game so far. Definitely feels a bit more in the muck, which I think plays right into the Habs' hands, who have probably had the better chances, except for Jason Spezza with a wide open friggin' net. What a hit by Austin. Sorry, that was my Ken Reed impression. What a hit! We got a scrap!
Matthews tied for the Leaf lead in hits so far in the series.
And Chris, there's another example. That was his 10th of the series, but the majority
I'm not sure I appreciated that pass there, TJ.
Like that. Coming back down deep, trying to stop that cycle.
He had a lot of confidence in Mickey. Oh. Matthew, who's the most overrated Leaf? None of them. They are all my darling children. How dare you? How's that? Got a bit of a 3-on-2 here. Get back there, Pierre. There you go. Yeah, Galley's not afraid of anybody, but that is a hilarious height discrepancy. Tempest said updated Stanley Cup final predictions. No. No, that's cowardly. Drew only sent me that question. Producer Drew wants me to take back my pick. He hates when I pick the Avalanche to win. 2 years ago, I said Avs Canes final. It obviously didn't come true, but I picked the Canes to win, so he was like, all right, fine. But this year, I've picked an Avalanche Hurricanes final, and I have the Avs winning. I'm not taking it back. Hurricanes are screwing up a little bit. I mean, they're getting goalied pretty hard against Nashville. UC Saros, my goodness, what a story. But the Avalanche are, oh my God. They eat their prey from the throat out. Like, just, I can't believe what they did to the Blues. Like, the Blues are not their 2019 selves anymore, but that wasn't close. I think I saw today, didn't they outscore them 20-7 in 4 games? Ridiculous. Grubauer making fun of Binnington on Instagram. His team's got some swagger.
Moved it into the middle, but Tatar fortunately there for the Canadiens. Jake Muzzin with a shoulder check.
Hard to say who looks better so far. Oh! That could have been a 2-on-1, but just not organized enough. I think the Habs are getting the game they want. So if who plays better, or who is playing better, qualifies as which team is being allowed to play the game that they want, probably Montreal. It's a bit of a mucky game.
Get their legs pumping and make sure they're ready to go at the start of the game. He traveled over 3
they're really trying to pick the Leafs apart in the neutral zone for those odd man rushes. Dangerous passes like that.
4-on-2 as it's dropped for Riley across.
Oh!
Getting back there was Suzuki.
Spezza wants one, eh?
Slow developing odd man rush.
It seems pretty obvious they're targeting this line.
Solo effort right on, and Jack Campbell's
The grumpy old men line. Because the grumpy old men line have had some offense, but the Habs have done a very good job countering them. Ooh. Just under 6 minutes to go in Game 3. Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, I am a nervous boy. Oh, there's people skating, shoveling things. There's me. Hey. Kyle, who will be better, Shane Wright or Connor Bedard? Oh my God. I mean, it's impossible to know. It's wild to me that there are people on this planet who are 15 and 16, and we're talking about their legacy once they're 35, once they're more than twice their age. You know what I mean? I mean, for all the amazing things that I've heard about Shane Wright, it sounds like he'll be a ridiculously complete player, but not knowing much about Bedard because he's played in a pretty abbreviated WHL season. What a scorer, like making 18, 19, 20-year-olds look preposterous at 18 is no small feat. It's really difficult. They don't allow you to play major junior at 15 for a reason. You're not supposed to be able to. Most 16-year-olds, a lot of 17-year-olds never make it. You know, you always hear about the guys who get drafted. You don't hear about the guys who never play until they're 18, 19. You know, you're some guy who has to get traded because your team's at the overager limit. There's an overage limit as well. I think you're only allowed to have 5 20-year-olds, something like that. It's a tough league, and that kid tore it apart. So, I mean, the answer is they're both going to be sick. But what Bedard did in the WHL this season, ridiculous. Craig, how far do you really think they can go without JT? Well, the other question is how far will they have to go without JT? Let's assume he's not available for the rest of the playoffs, right? If he's not available for the rest of the playoffs, I still think they can get through anybody in Canada. I really do. I really have faith in this group, like I haven't had faith in the Leafs in a very long time. I think they can get through Montreal. Edmonton's very tough, just because of McDavid and everything. Maybe the Jets will take care of that tonight. I still think they could take care of Winnipeg. Round 3 is where it gets very messy. So the way I had it shaking out, the Final Four, shaking out, ooh, Sandin.
catches a bit of his shoulder.
Nah, that didn't look like it was to the head, though.
Back. I don't know if it's just precaution. We'll keep an eye to see if he does.
It's hard. You got to see it again. Lehkonen looks like he's injured.
You know, you talk about sitting and waiting for your chance. Kotkaniemi got his chance in game 2 after missing.
Did Kotkaniemi get a piece of Muzzin?
I don't think Muzzin was expecting that kind of hit.
Tough series.
15 coming at him. Good aggressive forecheck trying to.
I don't remember what I was talking about. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm good at jinxing defensemen and their offensive capabilities. So Brody getting a goal after me talking about him as basically an offensive non-option would be great. Boy, the Habs in transition this game are just out for blood. Leafs have got to be so careful defensively in this game. This is the tidiest I think the Habs offense has looked. Just consistently dangerous, consistently getting what they want. What happened there? It's a bit of a fortunate bounce for the Leafs. It's not interference? No? Okay. We don't do that? We don't do that. I don't know about that stab at the puck there, Justin. Hey, what a shot! Uh-oh, looks like the Leafs are about to go on the penalty kill. Halsey? Oh, that's not good.
Talked about being a third pair defenseman and understanding what your role is, and Bogosian knows that he's not
Where's a Bogo?
foot race here, so he just stays on the ball.
No, nothing wrong with that. Maybe a hold.
Didn't overreact, and then the little battles in front. You know that Corey Perry trying to get position in front, gets the cross check on the numbers right in front of the official.
No, that's pretty stiff.
So really the third power play here.
It's hard. Yeah, no, that would hurt my neck too. It's hard to tell in slow-mo. Cross checks especially, because cross checks are like half allowed, especially in the playoffs. But you see it in real time. The push-off, they don't mind. The impact, the punch, the cross-check punch. Yeah, you're going to have a hard time getting away with those, even in the playoffs. Oh! Good clear. Whoops. Oh, how far can they get without GT? That was the one I was in the middle of. My final four I have is Avs, Hurricanes, Leafs, Penguins. And I believe the way they're seeded, that would be an Avs, Leafs, third round, Penguins, Hurricanes. And I don't know if anyone's getting past the Avs. Leafs could put up a fight. Leafs without Tavares. I don't know. I don't think so. That's very tough. All right, we're about halfway through this kill. Best thing you can say about the Leafs penalty kill tonight, besides the fact they haven't been scored on, is time seems to go quick. Samantha, what is your favorite figurine on the wall behind you? On the wall behind me. I'm trying to see what you can actually see. I don't know about favorite figurine. It's probably the Matthews one, just because the picture above it is a picture of me with Matthews' parents. He had just scored power play goal at the end of the second period, Game 3, 2018. Put the Leafs up. And I did a little meetup, tweeted out, hey, I'm going to be outside section 120, whatever. Come say hi. Little semicircle forms around me, and I'm talking to people. We're just chatting about the game. And this couple barges into the circle, and they go, oh, can we get a picture? And I was about to be like, what are you doing, skipping in front of all these people? And it was Brian and Emma Matthews. So I went, can I get a picture?
And the Canadiens still looking for their first shot on goal with the man advantage tonight.
About 10 seconds to go in this power play for the Montreal Canadiens. Oh. What happened there? Offside? I guess so.
And that's going to be called.
Toffoli's getting the
PK unit's fired up. Kerfoot feeling good about himself.
Offside. And he followed through. Kerfoot, after winning the draw, doing a good job defensively, coming in and making sure he got the puck
Oh, is he
out
getting
there.
called?
Looking for a call there, not going to get it.
Sorry,
But
again,
this
I can't hear the game.
was warned. The linesmen were yelling that it was offside. The whistle had already gone, and
That must have been after the whistle.
the arm went up right away.
Boo.
He finished his check.
As the Leafs... Oh, it's 4-on-4. Well, in 7 seconds, the Leafs are going to be on the power play. So to celebrate that, I'm going to ask you to click like and subscribe.
Matthews and Marner with Hyman are out.
Okay, your job for the next 4 seconds is don't give up the puck.
Hyman behind the net trying to knock it down. Hall out of the box.
And Hall's job is to... I was going to say skate to the bench. There you go. He immediately goes for the puck. Nope, Justin, get out.
Now Thornton comes on. Mitch Marner.
You know, it's hard to have a complaint after last series, or last game, and I don't. But a really heroic performance from Mitch Marner would be needed in a game without Tavares or Foligno. That's a good keep.
One goal in 13 games here in Montreal.
It's less good.
And that loose, sprawling.
Did it work? It worked.
And that's offside. Toronto.
Boy, if he stops that at the line, that's a weird dive.
That Sheldon Keefe has had in Rasmus Sandin, and you almost felt like the couple of weeks in the finishing part of the regular season
I don't want to
was
answer
a real
this one,
audition
Drew.
for him. Missed the last few because of
K.
health
Scanny
issues,
plays.
but
Steve, in your unbiased
rough
opinion,
start
who's a
in
better
the game,
player,
minus
McKinnon or
two,
Matthews?
paid
Well, see, if I
off
say
in game
McKinnon right now, it
two
means Matthews is
with
about
that
to
power
score.
play goal that sort of salted things away. It was really interesting watching Joe Thornton's reaction to that.
I mean, Matthews won the
Nice
Rocket,
little bear hug
for God's sake.
by the 41-year-old
But after watching
youngster,
McKinnon in
and
last year's
it's showing
playoffs,
that he's got great poise and a real big
like just
place here
absolute
in the league
takeover
lineup.
ability.
Ninth youngest
It's no
defenseman
disrespect to
in history
Matthews.
score a power
And,
play
like,
goal in the
McKinnon's also
playoffs.
far
The only
older,
reason I
right?
bring it up, there's some interesting names ahead
Well, maybe
of
not
him.
far older. He's
One
3
is
years
Jim
older.
Benning. Yeah. Another is Bill
But
Barocco.
at this stage in both their careers, that's a decent amount of time.
An old-time
So
legend
right now it's
reporter.
McKinnon, I'd say.
Final
What
minute
will it be?
here in the opening
I mean,
period.
I'd like to think Matthews. But time machines, as of yet, not a thing. Less than minutes to go in the first period here. 20 seconds to go in this power play.
Spezza with speed into the zone.
Not a ton of time to work, but let's see if they can go to intermission happy.
Kerfoot's to the front of the net. 10 seconds left in the power play.
They got to watch the Foley getting out of the box here.
Simmons. And now Spezza.
Put this on and retreat.
First goal in game 2. Spezza shooting it. Kerfoot stops.
Oh!
Shrugging that away. Best look on the power play, and now the Canadiens back at full strength with Toffoli.
All right.
Returning to the ice.
First period is over.
Siren
0-0 after one. That thing could have gone a lot worse. Leafs took too many penalties. Start with a double minor from Galchenyuk. You really did not see a lot of him in that first period after that. You just got to settle the boys down. I think if you're Sheldon Keefe, what you got to tell your team at first intermission is, listen, Montreal Canadiens got everything they wanted in the first period, and we still gave them nothing. Other than leaving Campbell out to dry for that 2-on-1. He bails you out. He makes the save. It was a pretty sloppy first period, and they still come out 0-0. Now, I'm acting like the Leafs were the heroes here. Carey Price on Jason Spezza. I mean, is it the save of the playoffs? Just add it to the pile. Put that with his 2-on-1 with Mitch and Willie. My goodness. Bow Gaming. What are your thoughts on the Leafs Amazon series if you've seen it? I have not, but I'm dying to. And I think I might do reaction videos to it. I like watching things all at once. Because I don't know if you've noticed, but I can be a little squirrely, a little distracted. I want to watch it all at once. I'll get one more question in there, and then I'm going to go on break. Just for like 5 minutes, and then we'll be back. Maybe at some point we'll play Is Steve Wearing Pants? Or whatever we've officially named it. Willie77, if you had to pick a city in the U.S. for the Leafs to play in the semis, where would you like them to play out of? Yeah, that is a difficult thing, right? I like to think that by the time the third round hits, they'll be allowed to play in Canada. I'm really hoping. Listen, if the Montreal Canadiens are allowed to host the Toronto Maple Leafs in Canada for Game 6, I mean, I don't work for the government, but I would very much like the Leafs to play their third round games in Canada. Now, I'm not a doctor. I will err on the side of their opinion, no matter what. But if they don't play in Canada, I'll be sad. I mean, Buffalo makes the most sense. It's right there. It's right across the border. It's where the Jays are. It just makes sense. It just makes sense. But please play in Canada. All right. I'm going to go for a break now, but when we come back, let's watch a Leaf game with Steve Dangle. I am that guy. I'll see you in a few minutes. Don't forget to click like. Don't forget to click subscribe. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle. We're here on the Sportsnet YouTube channel. If you haven't clicked like, how dare you? That's illegal. If you haven't clicked subscribe, that's double illegal. You can't do that. You got to click like and subscribe, my friend. So 0-0, first intermission. Let's go to your questions while we wait for play to resume. Shout out Lexi, who's watching from the UK. How you doing that there, Lexi? Shout out to Lexi, who's watching from the UK. It's her first playoffs and staying up till 3 a.m. with you. Thank you very much, Lexi. I'm glad you're here with us. Mitchell, is Anderson the starter next season? No. There's no chance. I don't think he'll even be back with the team. The only fathomable way I could see... No, I just don't think it's going to happen. I think he was bad enough this season that it's impossible he gets a deal like Markstrom. Markstrom, though heading into a pandemic, had such a great season. Could have been considered for the Hart, the way he just dragged that Canucks team along. Anderson's not even coming off a good year. He's not even really coming off a good 2 years. He's had a very difficult time. Health is suspect. It's not good. It's the only thing I could see making sense is if he were to sign a 1 year deal, maybe a 2 year deal. And it would be with the Leafs. And it would have to be with the understanding that, listen, we're not giving you the job back. As far as we're concerned, it's Jack's. And you guys can be a tandem. Hard to know. Boy, it's really hard to read. The other thing there is teams need goaltending fierce. And if you're Edmonton, how do you not take a chance on that, right? Second period coming up. Thank you, graphics. It's true. The Trapezoid asks, do the Canucks bounce back next year? Here's the really unfortunate thing. Not unfortunate, but let me word this carefully. They're bringing Jim Benning back, and I think that's a mistake. Because I think the Canucks are going to fall into being a better team. I believe they finished last in the North, even under Ottawa. Everything that could have gone wrong for the Canucks went wrong. They're better than they showed this year. They barely had Pettersson. Almost the whole roster battled COVID. They had a very, very, very not fun year. In a year where every team had a not fun year, they had the least fun. They're going to be better. They might even make the playoffs. But the way I look at it is Jim Benning can't be trusted in free agency. He can't. His trades aren't so disastrous. They're okay. Middle of the pack in that regard. The JT Miller trade, classic case of working out for both teams. Canucks get one of their best players. And the Lightning get a first rounder that I believe they used on either Barclay Goodrow or Blake Coleman, and they won the cup. That's a win-win. Drafting, Quinn Hughes, Brock Besser, Nils Hoglander, Elias Pettersson. I don't know if he was a Demko guy, but they have him. They've done a good job drafting. I don't doubt him as a scout, but their cap situation, because of the signings he makes, he's a great example of a guy who would be wonderful if you could keep him in your organization with a demotion. But it's very rarely how it works in hockey. I think that's a team that has squeezed all the blood from that stone. They've gotten everything they could get out of Jim Benning. He's helped build really key parts of that team. He really has. I think he's maxed out. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm totally wrong. But I think for that team to take the next step, they need another brain in there. And any smart hockey guy or woman, any smart hockey brain is not going to step into that team and immediately be like, we're trading Quinn Hughes. You know what? We're trading Nils Hoglander. They'll keep the young, talented parts that make them special. But they got to get creative with ways to free up cap space because they're in a world of hurt. Robert Malloy. Hey, shout out Robert. He does all the captions for my LFR videos. Thank you, Robert. How much of a disadvantage are the Habs at with Lehkonen out? I mean, this is heartless, but like it's hard to be too down on losing a depth player because it's the playoffs. It's just going to happen. I mean, who's not in the lineup tonight? The Habs have guys who they can replace him with. It's not that I think he's bad. He's very fast. He can be effective for sure. But like, I mean, they'd be far worse off without like Danault or Gallagher or. You don't want to lose anybody. But out of guys you could lose, he's a bit more expendable. That's the heartless way you talk about players like they're meat in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Trixie, why do the boys pass so much on the power play? I thought what they did so good in game 2 is they shot it. I don't know what they got to do with Mitch. 5-on-5, I think he's fine. Very good penalty killer. Boy, he's starting to look like a non-option out there. They know he's not going to shoot. You might catch Price and the Montreal defense. You might catch their whole PK unit sleeping. If you just shoot once in a while, surprise them. DJ Petty, do you have the pedicure for the Leafs power play? No? Terrible? All right, I'll continue. DJ Petty, we need an Iggy appearance. He was good luck. That's true. My dog will likely make an appearance on account of via broadcasting from the basement. And it is the Victoria Day weekend here in Canada where everyone lights off fireworks and scares all the dogs. That is what happened on Saturday. Hopefully everyone's out of fireworks. We'll see.
About an hour after that
game coming back now.
And talking about Mr. Howe's last couple of wins as a Detroit Red Wing.
Oh, that would have been a heck of a way to start a period. Fortuitous bounce.
For Edmonton Oilers fans, and
what do we get there? High stick?
Play called on a high stick in the face-off in the Montreal zone.
Well, Chris, you get a sense
Evan, who scores the first goal? I got $5 to burn on a bet. Here's the thing. Last time we played this game, neither player I said finished the game.
To win that elusive cup at the end of their careers in the beginning.
I'm going to say Zach Hyman.
Apparently, hair could go by quickly too.
Who's on the ice right now.
Yeah.
So that'd be dope.
Hyman working behind the net. The Gates.
He's going toe-to-toe with Weber. And Sherratt. Get in there.
And Sherratt. And he'll rattle it. Sherratt.
Uh-oh. Watch the interference there, Morgan. Yeah, Josh Anderson not happy with that, and I'm not sure he's wrong.
Austin Matthews and Philip Danault, we always watch him in the warm-up. How intense, and we know Danault
had to practice those face-offs. Matthews, oh my God, 19-3 through the first 2 games. Woo! Is that good? Holy! Boy, Galch is having just a beast. He's having a tough night, man. Uh-oh. I didn't see Muzzin was back. He goes wildly offside. He gets the double minor. He falls on his bum. Watch him get the first goal.
It makes you wonder if he's 100%.
He's got to be real effective. It's one thing playing with Tavares as your center. It's another playing with Foligno as your center who does not stink at all. What a shot. But now you got this random mishmash. Looks like sometimes it'll be Kerfoot. It's often going to be Riley Nash. Doesn't quite have the same offensive acumen. It's tough. It's a tough way, but what do you want? You got to find a way to stick in the lineup. You got to contribute. It's not just about sticking in the lineup. For God's sake, you got to win the cup. Interesting line here. Simmons, Mikheyev, Engvall.
Bogosian off the boards. Mikheyev plays it ahead.
Good play from Engvall. He was so effective in game 2.
Brody with him after retrieving a stick from the bench. Wayne Simmons on it. Kotkaniemi dueling with Brody's side of the net. Off the glove. Price is going to fish it back in.
I don't like you.
Engvall
After every whistle. I don't like you.
As it
Both
starts
teams.
to heat up in the second.
We see some more adjustments.
What's Kulak saying? I don't like you. What's Engvall saying back? I don't like you either.
Engvall, Mikheyev, and Simmons. So the little
Yeah, I'm a good lip reader, eh?
adjustments as you tinker with the lines. Nash is gonna
Mikhail.
come now with Spezza and Thornton.
Who do you
So
think?
look at the
Do you
back
think
of
the
front
Tampa
row going
cap
hard to
hit
the net.
thing
Kotkaniemi
is
making
cheating?
sure he got a piece of him. Now
No.
they get a little
I
pushing,
think
shoving
it's
afterwards.
Tampa
So both these
exploiting.
coaches not afraid to tinker, and as
I mean, it's
everyone mentioned,
shenanigans,
Lehkonen
but is it
out,
cheating?
so Dom Duchamp
Shenanigans are not always
a
illegal.
number of different looks, I would imagine.
I think it's just
So it's the youngster
Tampa
Suzuki
exploiting
against the veteran
loopholes in the
Spezza.
CBA.
Canadians win the draw.
Looks like we got a new look fourth line here. Riley Nash, Joe Thornton, Jason Spezza.
Slides it down into the lead
After that
zone.
new look
Suzuki
third
after
line,
it
Simmons,
against Sandin.
Engvall, and
Rasmus
Mikheyev.
Sandin comes away with the puck. Up ahead.
Oh, what a pass by Sandin.
Over the line along with Nash.
Pass by
Thornton.
Spezza, the other one.
Check by Kulak.
The son of Reno. I did not know that his dad's name is Reno.
Sidestep to hit
Reno
from
Spezza. That is an Italian name.
Gets the puck back at
I say
center.
that as half an
Brings it in.
Italian.
Morgan Riley's on the move.
Get in there, Morgan.
Riley with a shot off the left pad of Price.
Fortunate it died on the stick there.
John Merrill. Matthews quickly on him and takes it away. Matthews and Marner combined for 100 takeaways.
We need more. We need
during the
more,
regular
Mitch.
season.
We need
Both in
more.
the Top 10 in that department. Marner's got it. Gets it to Matthews. Kicks it onto his
Ooh.
stick. Trying to elude the checking of Kulak. And now Muzzin spins it back to Marner as the Leafs go into that high cycle. Muzzin the shot. And that
God,
Merrill.
this puck movement is mesmerizing me.
And now Marner back to the line. Muzzin in front.
Oh!
And
Oh, I was so close to being right. No.
a corner open as Carey Price couldn't find it. Hyman on it
I'll take a
again.
goal from anyone, but Hyman would be the best.
Here's Marner from up top. That hit traffic in front, and Armia will send it away. Hall overskated it.
Oh
but
boy. Oh boy.
Back on it. Off the boards. And Kerfoot.
Here's
gathers
Kerfoot.
speed.
Because that was a critical clear for the Canadians. A 2-minute shift there. Merrill and Kulak got caught out against the Matthews line when they were.
It's a little harder to read your questions here in the second period.
He was hit
Very
by Weber.
fast pace to start.
Under 2 minutes in that first period for Galchenyuk.
Leafs out shooting the
to a
Habs
forced
3-0
serve
so far in the
4
second, I believe,
in the box early.
because math.
Deneau in Maple Leaf ice. Checked by Brody and
Okay, at least it cleared the zone. That's not ice. Get out of here.
Canadians' best period this year was the second. They have not scored a second period.
Yeah,
goal
Kyle said, have you noticed
in
Mitch
this
seems a
series
bit out of
yet.
it? I guess he's used to having more time.
Off the ledge. Nicely played
He seems
by
very,
Hall.
like, he
Away
seems
goes.
cautious.
Sandin jumping up with him.
Fighting it a
Engvall
little
to the
bit.
line, into the middle, shooting. Stopped by Price with a collision.
Oh.
That almost got away from Price.
I think the Leafs are heading to the power play.
On.
Engvall has done a very good job of finding the slot in
Quick
his,
transition and going
I guess this
hard
is
to
his
the net.
fifth period
Discussion,
of
get
the
a
series.
high stick that
He's taking a
went
shot.
up against
Obviously, none of
Simmons
them
as
have
he was
beaten
going.
Price, but he's
Riley,
getting
though,
in
does a
there.
Great job here of jumping up. We've seen a couple of chances from him in that position.
Leafs having a much more
Here's the
dangerous
end of
start to the
the
second period.
extended
Oh,
shift
here's...
there for Kulak and
Ah!
just out of the
I
reach
bet on you,
for
Zach.
Hyman, and then going hard to the net. Simmons gets there. Yeah,
I am
gets the
upset.
stick from Perry right up, and then look at the reaction of Carey Price.
Oh, what
He
happened
got
to Simmons?
pulled in by his own man.
I think he got
And
the
had
high
to
stick.
squeeze
Is he
hard to
arguing,
make
hey,
sure
I'm
that
bleeding
puck
too?
Didn't get knocked in behind him.
Simmons appealing for a double minor, but to no avail.
He is upset.
But that puck was right on the back leg of Carey Price. Watch as it comes in. Then you get knocked
That's a
in by
nasty one.
Perry, and Price was doing everything in his power to make sure
The blood
he
rule is
pushed
kind of
over the line
ridiculous,
by his
isn't
own
it?
guy. They might be having a quick look at this to just ensure.
Oh, Perry's
And
off for
Corey Perry
repairs.
to the room, so Josh Anderson will serve the penalty.
Josh Anderson out there serving it.
in Perry's
Hopefully it
slot.
doesn't come to this. Hopefully you score, but you're definitely going to have to watch out for that pit bull
So
if
there's
he comes out of the box.
opportunities
On the rush.
Marner, Thornton,
Get in there, Joe.
Hyman, Sandin, and Matthews. And it's Joe Thornton kicking it back. Sandin gets it from Matthews. Matthews shot off the skate of it.
They're moving it really well.
Dano and Armia, the penalty killers to start. Here's a one-timer right on, and it sticks to Carey Price.
Good stop.
One thing Sandin is trying to establish is a threat.
Man, after that flurry,
why is that important? Well,
maybe the first 5-10 minutes of the first period, the Habs have had a really difficult time generating offense. Oh, if Hyman gets that, it's in! I'm dying for a Hyman goal here.
Then when the passing lane owned up, made the pass across.
You know what?
To Matthews, and
Maybe
Price
if you had
able to
clicked like
squeeze
and
that
subscribe,
one,
he'd
get
have scored.
across easily enough.
Selfish. Selfish of you to not click like or
Power play at the
subscribe.
game, and there's Dano with another face-off win for Montreal, and it's out to center. You talked about Sandin's bounce back from game number 1, and wonder how many 21-year-old rookie defensemen get that confidence from their coach.
I don't think that's how they drew it up, but
History that Sheldon
fortunate.
Keefe has in the American
That's a
Hockey
good job by
League,
Edmondson.
developing players plays a role in that, and I think you just got to show the confidence. You have a game plan in mind, and when something doesn't go right, sometimes
The Leafs, when they get
sets
sustained
a big leap for the
offensive
players.
zone time on the power play, are so dangerous. And since basically the beginning of March, it's been such a... Oh my God, Willie, you're giving me a heart attack. It's been such a difficult thing to find.
Kerfoot off the end boards, trying to connect with Simmons on that far side.
Good job there. Who's that? Simmons?
And Edmondson
Good job.
was there. Up with it is Byron, and he'll send it past to Foley and down.
Good aggressive kill there by the Canadians.
35 seconds, that's enough time to do stuff.
The Leafs in that corner, making sure they can get to the loose puck.
Here's Simmons over
I
the
think he
line,
might be offside here, but okay.
but quickly cleared
Doesn't matter.
by Petrie.
20-ish seconds by the time they get out of the zone. That's enough time to do something.
0 for 3, and the Maple Leafs in danger of going 0 for 3.
I'm Homer chasing after the roasted pig. It's still good. It's so... Oh, God.
For Nylander,
You got to watch those
trying to get it
D to not D
Simmons.
passes.
And the Canadians get another clear, and that's going to do it.
Boy, not nearly as effective a power play as before. Decent off the top.
So the Canadians back at full strength, and Riley's pass stopped up at the line. He'll chop it in.
Well, that's a good job. Mitchell, in your lifetime, who has been your favorite Leafs captain? Uh-oh.
Shooting, and he fired that high and out of play.
I mean, hard not to go with Tavares, right? No, in my lifetime, like when I was a kid, I mean, you love your hockey team. You love it in a way that you just can't as an adult because they're your age. You know what I mean? My draft year was 2006. The Leafs picked Yuri Talusti instead of me. I was very upset. John Tavares was 2009. So, like, I'm older than that dude. When I was a kid, it was Wendell Clark. Loved him. When I was a kid, it was Doug Gilmour. Loved him. Sundin, I mean, he was the captain for, like, what, 10 years? Better part of a decade? You get attached to a guy like that. Have not mentioned Phaneuf's name. Whoops. There it is. Didn't go great. But by the time it's all said and done, I wonder if John Tavares is going to skyrocket up that list for a lot of people. I think he will. I mean, Gilmour was in Toronto for 5 seconds. 5 seasons. But you look at the entirety of his career, it was not a very long time. And he's beloved here. Why? Deep playoff run. Just do it. Jim, why don't refs pick up broken sticks right in front of them? It's a good question. I guess the rule should be they're allowed to do it if they can. I don't like the fact that, because it's like a puck going off a ref's skate, which actually directly led to a Leafs goal in game 2. But at least the ref is part of play, and it's unavoidable, right? Because the ref's doing their job. They got to be somewhere. They can't evaporate. Whereas the stick, I mean, if you're holding it, it's no problem, right? you're able to move it. I don't know. I think I'd rather the refs focus on the game, I guess, is the main issue there. But there are certainly times where you're like, hey, you couldn't have got that? Ooh, I don't know about that from Halsey. Oh, watch out. Oh!
Fan on the shot. It comes to the line. Kept in by Weber. After it is Anderson, but Muzzin with a chance to play
it all starts from that one bad clearing attempt, and Zach Hyman wins the icing race here. That's why he's going to score first. Like I said, he would. Like, that's a confident Marner pass. Here we go. Oh my God. Please shoot once ever. Oh my God. That'll be ice though. The first line's fighting it a bit, but I think they're going to crack the code. Mitch, don't look skyward. You're good. Confidence. Confidence.
Hyman gets behind Sherratt, uses his body to shield it, and then a couple of seconds later, it ends up down close to the net.
You gotta put it on, man.
Keeping Marner to the outside as they cut off the route to the net. Nylander scores!
Oh! Yay! Willie puts it on. We get a deflection in front, and the Leafs take the lead. This game getting away from Montreal in a hurry. Shots were 7-6 after one. They're 14-7 now. Who does this go off of? Nice win by Kerfoot. Willie throws it on. You know what? I think that might be Gouch. It was either Gouch or the Habs defenseman. Slow it down. Slow it down. This is an art form. I think it might have... no, that's Ben Sherratt. I think this is going to be Willie's goal. Yeah, I think this is going to be Willie's goal. Keep in mind, I can't hear the broadcast. Let's go. Let's absolutely go. Willie with 3 goals in 3 games. Hell yeah. Now, here's where the game got out of hand last time. So the Leafs go up 2-1. It's their first lead of the series. Whoa! Oh! Willie Nylander on another level.
But Kerfoot with a terrific game too, and a big part of the opening goal.
Where the game got out of hand in game 2, Leafs get their first lead of the series, and the Habs go, all right, we're going to respond with aggression, which you know is their game plan from the beginning of the series anyway. They're going to try to hammer the Leafs out of the building, which is what they're designed to do. Their decor is huge. They have fast, annoying players up front. I'm not sure what the hell that pass was. That's what they're built to do. Leafs go up 2-1 in game 2, and the Habs parade to the penalty box begins, and the only argument is... Uh-oh. This could be dangerous. The only argument there is the Leafs should have gotten more. But all the penalties the Habs got were well earned. The first penalty of the bunch was Brendan Gallagher cross-checking Brody in the head. And he goes, me? Yes, you. Kotkaniemi cross-checking Riley so hard he breaks his stick. So the Habs got to keep their heads today instead of what happened in game 2. Oh! Sandin stopping a goal right there.
Putting pressure on Price, and now it's Nash.
Oh! I'm not going to lie, I really like the idea of Nash on the 4th line, getting his legs under him. His first game as a Leaf is game 1 of the playoffs. He's on the 3rd line, shutdown line. And then they start him on the 2nd line in this one. Come on. Talk about a baptism by fire. I know you can't cater to one player, but you got to put your players in a position to succeed. And that's tough. That's real tough. Not a lot of players going to succeed with that going on. That's a great glove there, Campbell. Hit my table.
Games, momentum swings are so critical, and how about this save for Carey Price right after it's 1-0?
Drinking a gallon of water every day.
Right against the
Willie.
Post there, not allowing that one to get up front. Now a little bit of a pushback. Perry back on the ice after missing a little bit. Got traffic in front, and You know, you heard Elliott and Cassie
John, what is it about the Oilers that makes them unable to perform in the playoffs? Leafs look better this year, don't they? What is it? Defense and goaltending. There's still lots of game left. We're only halfway through regulation here, roughly. But Mike Smith, after just a spectacular season, does not look like the same dude. And their defense is far too porous.
And 2:18 of ice time in the game. Matthews across, and there's Morgan Riley.
I don't know if they're onside right now, but yeah, they're not.
Play called. One of the challenges with the injury with Lehkonen getting out, and now
Daryl, should us Jets fans get the brooms ready? I mean, of course. Of course. Be arrogant. Jets fans were way, well, I'm not going to say they were too down on the team. The Jets were genuinely terrible after the trade deadline. They were horrible. How many games did they win? 5? It's brutal. They were sub 500 by a pretty wide margin, if I remember correct, after the deadline. They had a worse record than the Sens from like February onward, which isn't even really an insult because the Sens were surprisingly unreal. But you're up 3-0 in a playoff series after coming back from a 4-1 deficit in the span of about 3 minutes. Yeah, no, you should have a little swagger. Throw some brooms just a little west of you. That's nothing. That's nothing.
Able to play it back to Riley at the point, trying to get away from Anderson, send it to the net. Nylander one-hands it to Kerfoot, looking to.
There's no reason this line should be good, and they've been sniffing all period long. Get in there! What an effort from Kerfoot! Oh! 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 Engvall's been so effective. Oh boy. I don't know how on earth you take him out of the lineup.
Wayne Simmons. Leafs outshot the Canadiens 20-6 in the second period 2 nights ago.
Talk about a player who's found another clip to his game. They made him sweat about his spot on the roster. It brought out a better player. And here he is, generating scoring chances in the playoffs. Boy, he looks good. Oh! Price is really holding the Habs in this game. The Leafs are all over them in the second period. Look out. Whoa. Leafs are about to do a line change to get the big boys out there. Oh, Muzzy. No. This might be a 2-on-1. Oh.
Deneau going off, and now to Foley with an opening. He'll stay on and shoot it right on.
Habs get the change they want.
Nick Suzuki. Fresh legs have arrived for the Canadiens, including Caulfield. Rebound. Edmundson drifted it just wide. And now it opens up at both ends. Puck played wide.
All right, this is a bit of a fire drill all of a sudden. Go get that.
Knocked down Marner. Taken away.
Go get that.
And Armia shot it off target. And now it's the Canadiens.
The Leafs have done such a good job not having to deal with these.
Another shot, and Jack Campbell will hold
That's
on.
a good stop. Whoa, popped him right in the head.
With pressure at either end.
An extended
Listen, the shoving after the whistles and everything, that comes with the playoffs, but I just don't like the hits to the head. On either side.
Toronto Maple Leafs in front. You got a bouncing puck that ends up right in the slot, and Price.
Oh, I don't think that tickled Sherratt.
Before Engvall could put it in, and then Simmons right down the gut. Another hard shot right off.
Oh, he cracked Price right in the mask, I think. Oh, baby. Well, Leafs up 1-0. What a second period so far. Mad Guitarist, why hasn't Sandin been up the whole season? I think they brought him up, and the plan was to give him more time. The plan was to have him in the lineup. He was going to take Dermott's spot. And then I believe he broke his foot. Or no, I think they had him, and they're like, you know what? We're going to get you more playing time with the Marlies. And then I think he broke his foot down there in his first game down there. So very unfortunate for him. Robertson, same issue. Played his one game with the Leafs, looked like a totally different player. Leaves after like 3 or 4 shifts because of an injury, and he's out for like a month. It's tough making the NHL. There's a lot of luck involved, no matter how good you are. Hey, Steve. Sorry, this is from Cole Fowler. Hey, Steve, shout out Tyson Barrie. Why, does he score? Is that game on yet? Listen, no one said he wasn't going to score. He scored at about, since Sheldon Keefe joined the Leafs, Tyson Barrie, who was a non-option for anything under Babcock, Tyson Barrie scored at over a 50-point pace, I believe it was. That's Tyson Barrie. He racks up points every single season. His issue is not offense. His issue is defense. And you need that in the playoffs. You need offense, too.
You make your name in the playoffs. And
let's go, Willie. Woo!
Game 1 at a power play key goal in game 2.
Ajay, does part of you want the Leafs to play Boston in the playoffs this year? I've spoken to my therapist about this. Yes. Uh-oh. Ref down. That was probably a Hab that did it. Leaf would never. Call the next one on the Habs. They deserve it. They knocked you down. Uh-oh. Oh! Oh! No! Oh, that would have been prime dang it territory. Drew. They almost got one.
Since Alexander McGillney against Philadelphia in 2003. Edmondson back in his own zone. Jeff Petrie looks up ice.
Yeah.
On the
I want a piece of the Bruins.
Skips it into the Leaf zone. Gallagher on the forecheck.
Listen, what makes... Oh!
Played through the blue paint.
You know what? Let's get past the Habs first. Theoretically, it would be nice to get a piece of the Bruins. Just because I look at the Capitals 2018 Cup run, and I just view it as perfect. They got to exercise their demons and everything. The Bruins in 2011, too. Because they had that embarrassing loss to the Flyers, and then they swept them in their only non-7-game series. If I remember correctly, that series was not close either. They killed them. They took out a year of frustration on them. Uh-oh. Oh, Morgan, you got to be way more aggressive there. Way more aggressive. You had a partner. Nick Suzuki, what a shot to beat Jack Campbell. I don't know what Morgan Riley's doing here. Look at this. He's got a guy. What are you being? You've got a friend. I don't know if this is a... I assume it's a broken line change. And it might have even gone off his stick, too. You've got help, buddy. Attack him. Good job by Suzuki. Good job by Suzuki. I don't know what was going on there. And a really good Leafs second period so far has resulted in a tie game again. Suzuki's first to the series.
Well, he put that one in a perfect spot to make this a 1-1 game.
Habs making a little bit of a comeback here. They were really getting caved in on the shot counter. Making a little bit of a comeback here. Watch the trip there, Pierre. Watch it. Is this Willie Engvall Simmons on purpose? I don't think I've ever seen this trio in my life. Oh, watch out.
Simmons, Engvall unit. Cole Caulfield on the ice for Montreal. And now it's...
Oh, big hit from Simmons on Armia.
The Canadiens out. Onto the right side, too far from Merrill. Jake Muzzin for Engvall. Just over 5 minutes left in this second period. Suzuki with the equalizer at 13:56. So about 6.5 minutes after the Leafs had opened the scoring, Matthews now taps it back into his own zone.
I just think about that extended
shift and
a couple of big saves by Carey Price to keep it a 1-goal game and allow that goal to tie things up.
Long lead feed, Hyman on the move. Up against Sherratt as he leans in, tries to center it. And it's flipped away by Weber, and Anderson nearly got loose. Following up was Byron, but Anderson
Offside.
just a step inside the blue line.
From Rob, did you notice Dermott missing?
Was the man who has scored the
Is there
inside
something
goal.
he
The
brings
Leopard
that they
product,
don't have?
Suzuki.
I don't really think so, no. Listen, I like him. This is probably the best year of his career. But the Leafs are a harder team to make this year. I did like him filling in for Bogosian. I thought he was good. I thought Bogosian made him a better player as well. But you saw his offense really took a hit. That player he looked like he could be at the beginning of his career, it just doesn't look like it's going to be that way. Not with the Leafs and not in a depth role. He could go somewhere else, play second pair, and be a totally different player, rack up a bunch of points, maybe even see a power play on occasion. But, I mean, that's Rasmus Sandin's toy to play with right now. Look at the kid. He's looking real good out there. Someone goes down with injury, perfectly comfortable with Travis Dermott coming into the lineup. It's not like in years past where you're one injury away from disaster at all times, basically. Dan, why does it seem like Thornton is on for every goal against? I'd have to get another look at that one. But game one, I mean, it was 2 offensive turnovers from him that led to both Montreal Canadiens goals. I didn't really see his involvement in this one. I remember, I think it was Mikheyev at the offensive blue line. I think there was a line change. I think it was Hall out there with Riley. Riley was a bit unsure about what to do. I don't know. I'd have to watch it back, but I'm not sure I hang that one on Jumbo. 1-1. More than halfway through regulation. This is the game the Habs want. It's the game the Habs want. Leafs got it going for a little bit there. Quiet that down.
June 6th on CBC and CBC Gem. Perry and Tatar, the assists on
Matthews
the goal
versus
by
Deneau, and Matthews again.
And for Corey Perry, it's point number
Man, he has cleaned that guy's clock in the face
in the
off that.
Stanley Cup playoffs.
Come on, Zach. Oh, wait. Willie scored first, so I'm wrong. Anyway, I didn't even realize that. I was so happy that Willie scored, I didn't even realize I was wrong about the first goal score. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! Habs had a guy in front. Deflection wide. Habs are mounting a bit of an offensive comeback here.
Starting back for the Leafs. Riley over the line.
Riley, green light. There you go, Mitch. See? Feels good to shoot.
This game happens awfully fast out there, and the split-second decision so important on the turnover. I think Riley thought that Mikheyev maybe.
I don't see that as being Thornton's fault. Yes, he was there. Yes, he could have got to that puck. It's a 50-50 puck. Off a turnover from Mikheyev. Like, in terms of, out of the 5 Leaf skaters you can hang that on, he's at least 4th. Like, come on. Natalie, do you think... Whoop. Here, let's get a look at this face-off first, and then we'll talk to Natalie.
Suzuki wins that face-off away from Kerfoot.
Natalie, do you think the Leafs are on their way up as a team?
Out at center ice.
Or will this be the best their team is in a while? Oh, good shot. This is my first year as a Leafs fan after growing up as a Flames fan in Calgary. Wow. Well, let me tell you, this is the best the Leafs have been in a very long time. I will be very heartbroken if they don't at least get to the second round this year, because gosh, they look good. So good. Next year, I think Spezza will be back. Simmons is harder to read. And if he is back, I don't think he's going to be getting 1.5. And then Thornton, I mean, he'll be 42 next season, so that's tough. Spezza will be back. I think they're going to try to bring Bogosian back. Sandin will be a full-time guy. Hey! Morgan! Let's go! I've never said a bad thing about you in my life. Never criticized you ever. This is the dichotomy of Morgan Riley.
defensive zone.
You're screaming at him, and you're screaming for him. Was that Mitch? I think that was Mitch with the pass. What a pass over to Morgan. That's a give and go, too.
What Marner is able to find with Morgan.
Woo!
Down the backside.
I agree.
He had 2 chances earlier on from the other side.
God,
this time, though, on his
pass.
off wing, he's got a screen from Edmondson and just
what a shot. Where's Price going?
The shoulder as Price is sliding by.
I think he might have had his eyes taken away by his own defender there.
Kicking out and finding the seam across.
So, Natalie, to answer your question, no, this is the best team ever. No, sorry. The reason I was bringing up the old guys, I think they're going to try to go younger next year. I just have a hunch. I think in a shortened season, it's easier. It's more appealing to do what you did this year. If you're Joe Thornton, you're like, okay, well, I can spend this pandemic on my farm or playing for the Leafs. Those are my 2 options. I'm not going anywhere else. He chose the Leafs. Simmons, he wanted to be closer to home. That's why he accepted a trade to Buffalo out of New Jersey. A lot of people forget about that.
Around it comes, and Simmons trying to one-handed out of there. It's Bogosian with it now.
I will say, some of the older guys, Simmons, Thornton, or even Bogosian, who's on a 1-year deal, I would love to see them become Leafs or stay Leafs so they can experience being a Leaf with a full building. I mean, they've all played against the Leafs with a full building. But I want them to experience the hometown crowd in Toronto being on your side. People always call the building quiet. I'm not going to lie, it can be. It's gotten louder in recent years, but the pops are something else. Leafs doing a better job getting back to their Game 2 style, creating a little bit of havoc in front of the net. Oh! Who was that? And are they getting up? Is that player up? That was a nasty hit on whoever that was. Kerfoot drilled there. Who's that, Petrie? Oh, I'm not sure I like that hit very much. Big stop from Jack, though. Thank goodness he made that stop, because I don't need another Darcy Tucker, Daniel Alfredson moment. Some dirty moment that we dissect ad nauseum for the next forever. Rob, did the Leafs let Mo walk when his contract is up? You know what? He just scored a goal, Rob. How dare you?
The one thing, when he's effective, he's going to the tough areas and he's getting under your skin. So,
they're in a weird position, this team, because you don't want to let anybody walk for nothing. But at the same time, it's like JVR a few years ago. It's like, all right, we could trade JVR, or we could hold on to him for the playoffs because he's friggin' JVR. Oh, Mitch. Oh, Price is down. Come on, Zach. Oh! What a stop. Come on, Mitch. Oh, no way. Oh, Price has been stellar this game. Uh-oh, we got a big brouhaha here.
Well, right on cue, we were talking about Corey Perry going to the tough areas. It was Zach Hyman that started.
This is ridiculous.
Right to the front of the net.
This is ridiculous. The refs got to get a hold on this game. This is ridiculous. This is going to be the Habs after every whistle. Look at this. Matthews isn't trying to be involved. I'm not. I almost said it into the mic. I could read his lips there. And I think he said, I'm not doing spit. Which is true. He was not spitting. Not that I saw.
Excuse me, Craig Hyman. Finally,
that's ridiculous. It's going to be the Habs plan after every whistle. This happens every playoff.
Carey Price, you remember this sequence if the Canadiens are able to tie this up
and watch, there's going to be no calls.
Right back in because there's a shuttle pass
on
the doorstep for Matthews.
Oh, Matthews, man. And how does Mitch get stopped? Oh, he got him with the glove? Even if it was the block from Weber. What a butterfly from Weber.
Price twice able to slide
that's I think it might have been Weber. That's a veteran move by Price to snow the camera so you can't see anything.
Weber comes in on Matthews,
Weber knows his job.
Everyone gets involved.
It's just to be glued to Matthews. He knows his job.
Anderson and Brody.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mentioned before all the talk of
he says I'm not doing anything as he's being tossed to the ice.
You got to play between the whistles, not be intimidated.
Tell me he's not actually getting a call here.
The tough areas. This is all about those kind of reactions in playoff hockey.
God, that's ridiculous.
Anything but an expectation that you're going to get a little extra attention, especially.
I know, that's playoff hockey and everything. Dude, no, it's not. Hockey is whistle to whistle. Did you see the clock going down? You got two Habs in the box. You got to imagine there's going to be some Leafs in the box. At least one. Right now it says Leafs power play, but sometimes the graphic comes up and you go, Brody. Okay. It's not really on the power play anymore anyway. Oh boy, this isn't going to do anything to calm down Habs fans who think there's some big injustice against them after last game. Yep, the league is rigged in favor of the Leafs. A team who has not won in over half a century. Hasn't won a playoff series since 2004. Yep. I mean, they got to do something to. Come on. I love that Lucic. Typical Toronto. Earlier this season. Typical Toronto. Because he wasn't getting the calls going his way. Why wasn't the face-off? He was making it up. All right. So if the Leafs don't score here, this power play is going to be, it's going to bleed into the third. I think refs like calling this because they're like, they're probably not going to score. So I don't have to feel bad. Oh! Gotta watch out. Gotta watch out. Not the best. Oh! That's a weird bounce. All right, less than 30 seconds. Let's go. Get one good chance.
To cycle back and not allowing any drop back to have any success.
Running out of time here in this second period. 15 seconds remaining. Off the stick of Hyman.
You know they're going to have a guy at the offensive blue line. Oh, maybe not. All four are in the screen right now. Take that shot. Oh! Nice little stop by Price. Tell you what. I mean, look at the shots. Look at the shots. The Leafs are controlling this game, and they're only up one. Carey Price, he has been magnificent. Harrison, where'd you get that water bottle? I don't know. Amazon? Tells me when I'm supposed to be down to what. Oh, shoot it! Oh, it turned into an extra shot anyway.
With a face-off win and one more shot.
Oh wow, is the guy in the Canadiens grabbing a guy in the Leafs after the whistle? Oh, weird. It's weird that they do that. Oh, weird. It's really weird. It's weird as an official. Like, I'd be shocked because I'd be like, that's so strange. They've never done that after any other whistle this series, except for all of them. I'm sure power play while you're down heading into a third period at home will probably wake them up. But that's ridiculous. After every flippin' whistle. Flippin'. I'm probably going to go for a break in a few minutes, but we'll do a couple questions first. A smelly goose. I think I answered one of your questions before. Big fan of your name. A smelly goose. Every time you talk smack about a Leaf, they score. Talk some more smack. Yeah, I've never liked that, Matthews. And if the net's empty, I've never liked that Campbell either. Yo, can you imagine? In a playoff game? Yeah, buddy. I don't think a goalie has ever scored for the Leafs. Hawley Matthews has become a walking meme in these scrums. It's hilarious. I know. And I mean, it's really conveying his point. That, like, this is the second time he's been ragdolled now. And he's smiling through it all. But, like, he can smile all he wants. Like, that's going to hurt eventually. And ideally, you'd like the ref to clean it up. Like, listen, I'm not against tough hockey. I'm not against rough hockey. It's after the whistle. It's almost always after the whistle. It's free punches. It's free shots. You got to punish it. And I mean, I'm talking like the Leafs aren't on the power play right now. They're on the power play. But they got to clean that up. That's ridiculous. Ghost Transit, final score call. You guys scare me because sometimes I worry about the Dangle jinx. It's been in the Leafs' favor so far. 2-1. How about that? Hey? 2-1 final. That would be something. Okay? Like, we keep talking about low-scoring games. It favors the Habs. Leafs get a 2-1 win in Montreal. Gotta think that's going to make them feel a little tough. Miguel, how do you feel about every frozen puck resulting in a scrum? I think it's a bit childish. I mean, it happens every playoff, and it drives me nuts because it's not a part of the sport. Okay? It's like, imagine the dugouts cleared, after every pitch or after every batter, in baseball. Imagine after, every basket, there was a scrum in basketball, or after every down in the NFL, there's some sort of scrum that you got to break up. It's like, how aren't the officials just dog tired by the end of it? And it's so clearly usually one team as the aggressor. And, if the roles were reversed, you get a chance to do something to Nick Suzuki in front of the net, Cole Caulfield or Philip Deneau. If you're Bogosian or you're Muzzin, why not? You're going to try because it's essentially allowed, but it's ridiculous. This doesn't happen in any other sport, right? And you're not watching a fight. You're watching them wreck each other's clothes, basically. All right, listen, I'll be right back. Leafs up 2-1. We're heading into the third period. I'll be back before the beginning of the third period. Click like on this video. Click subscribe. And I'll be back in just a few minutes for Watch a Leafs Game with Steve Dangle. Howdy. Welcome back. It's another episode, another stream of Watch a Leafs Game with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Otherwise, that'd be ridiculous. You imagine if I was like, here's Watch a Leaf Game with Steve Dangle, and it was Kelly Rudy, someone who's just extraordinarily not me. But anyway, you're watching a Leaf Game with me, Steve Dangle, who was a goaltender in the NHL for many years, including with the Islanders and LA Kings and San Jose Sharks. Hey, through the first two games, we have played a game of our own. Usually at intermission, when the hockey players are not playing hockey. Do you want to play a game trying to figure out if I'm wearing pants or not? Let's do it. What kind of pants is Steve wearing pants? That's what it's called. I couldn't remember the name of the game. You saw me tap dancing. Shut up, producer Graham. With that, I'm going to leave the screen. Game 1 was jeans. In my own house like a lunatic. Game 2 was sweatpants with my own name on them. Number 3. Shorts. We got shorts, folks. With Leaf socks. Do you like them? I don't have much flexibility, but I'm trying to show you the socks. Yeah. Booty gains and all that. Shout out Trainer Chad. That's his name. We've been FaceTiming. He's just like, I'm going to get you that summer butt. And I said, really? He said, no, this training is far more practical. It's more for function and the fact that you have degenerative disc disease. And I said, okay, fair enough there, Chad. Hot boy summer is done at 33. It is done. But thank you, Trainer Chad, for making my bum larger. So anyway, did you get it right? I was wearing gym shorts. Not long until we go back to the third period. Route 266. You were right. No Leafs goalie has ever scored. Mike Smith and Rene are the only current goalies with a goal. Now, I think the Leafs have only surrendered one goalie goal. And what's amazing about that is, if I remember correctly, I believe it was Frederick Norena of the Buffalo Sabres. I think the Leafs might have even been on a power play. Or they had a penalty. It was a delayed penalty or something. But basically, Norena was the last Sabre to touch the puck. The Leafs accidentally clear the puck. It goes all the way back into their own end and into the net. And everyone's like, so who gets the goal? And it was Frederick effing Norena. If I'm not mistaken, he's the goalie who he didn't like the goal call from the goal judge behind him with the buzzer for the goal light. And he squirted water on the glass and rubbed it down with his glove. If you didn't get a penalty for that. Oh, I activated my phone's voice control. Serious. Sometimes when I say serious, it sets my phone off. Autumn. Can we get Babcock's thoughts in the game so far? Also, why aren't you wearing Bab socks? I am not wearing Bab socks because screw that guy. He's no longer the coach of the Leafs. But his thoughts on the game so far. Well, we got two good teams. You got one good team. They're the home team. You got another good team. They're the away team. And they both play right. They act right. And they do all the things right. And if they both do things right, they'll both come out of the series. How's that? Babs, that makes no sense. Yeah, I don't care. I'm Babs. Doesn't have to make sense. I'm going to play my crappy opinion with Per Lindholm and Patrick Marleau. How's that? So, from Danny. Which animal from the Toronto Zoo would make the best maple leaf? Well, so for those of you who don't understand that question, I worked at the Toronto Zoo for 7 years. Have I ever mentioned that? Well, I did. Worked there from 2005 to 2012. I skipped 2011 because I was 23 and I decided drinking beer would be better. And then in 2012, I was like, well, now I can't afford beer anymore. So I went back. Yeah, I'm doing a little bit better now. Anyway, to answer your question, which animal would make the best leaf? I think we are seeing proof in this very game that the best animal would be the giraffe. And it would wear 47 and we would call him Pierre. That dude has the longest neck in the National Hockey League, and by gum, he's an effective player. Tavares comes back. Foligno comes back. I'm not sure how you scratch the guy. He is extremely good. He is has been extremely good, extremely effective. Z Money. I broke my iPhone and my parents are going to kill me. What do I do? Well, you can't run anywhere because going places isn't allowed. How'd you break your phone? I would like to think if it's a good reason, they might not kill you. But based on your question, I'm thinking like you didn't like Riley's coverage on the Habs goal, so you threw it. Be upfront. Be upfront. Don't lie. Go hat in hand and put it in their hands. Never surprise your parents with bad news. Hiding. If you get bit, it's not good. You can hide. Oh, I mean, you throw your controller at the wall, you put a poster over that. You could probably get a few months out of that at least. Just say what? I like NSYNC now. It's the only poster I could find. But a phone? I mean, they're eventually going to text you. I think you should just tell them. Digital Tiger. If Leafs lose this series, is Keefe back? Oh, heavens. Jesus. Yes, I don't think that's on the table. I don't think that's on the table at all. I think the organization looks at a number of things should they lose this series. Boy, you know what excuse they haven't had in years past? We lost our freaking captain in the first game. It's a little different than Nazem Kadri going and getting himself suspended. Shout out producer Drew. How you like him now? The answer is probably just fine on account of your team is literally undefeated in these playoffs. But Drew was like, all last year, Kadri, it's amazing. He's playing games. He's not getting suspended. He's so good. This year, game 2. His last 4 playoffs, this guy suspended game 1. Next year, suspended game 2. Next year, plays like 1 billion games for the Avalanche and ends up setting a record, I believe. I forget exactly what the record was. Game 2. How you like him now there, Drew? I don't remember the original question. I just wanted to yell at Drew. Received a text that said the game will be back in 2 minutes, and that was 1 minute ago. Do the math. Frank, what's the craziest Leafs line you'd like to see that we haven't seen yet? I got one for you. Matthews, Hyman, Marner. I'm kidding. That's the line that's on the ice. Matthews, Hyman, Nylander. I don't think we see it 5-on-5. But we do likely see it on the power play if it can't get going. Boy, a power play goal would be so huge here. Oh, what a play. Nylander's over there with the big group, though. I don't think that was the case before. Watch out!
He's got to hustle back to get it away from Tyler Toffoli. Nylander at the line.
I can't believe he still had the puck.
Toffoli trying to slow up
that's not good.
Let off the line.
Nope, fortunate bounce off the ref, though.
And now Weber.
Boy, that's a good kill. Good shortened kill for the Habs. Really good way to start the third for them. Oh! He got his own teammate with the stick, though. I didn't see who that was who got high sticked. I think that might have been Weber, but that wasn't one of the Leafs. Got to be careful. They got their guy back. Oh, that was nasty.
Full strength here now. Into the second minute of the third period.
I'm amazed that doesn't happen more often, to be honest.
Engvall, Kerfoot, and Mikheyev. Kerfoot chops it into the corner, and now it's Jeff Petrie.
Is that my power flickering? Might be a short stream, folks.
Shots 27-14.
Oh, not.
The shot attempts 46-29 in favor of the Maple Leafs. An edge to the Canadiens.
All right, 90 seconds closer to a Leaf win. Fingers crossed. Leafs almost doubling the Habs up in shots. But they're one of those lightning strikes teams.
Pass for
Ooh!
Gallagher doesn't work. It's offside.
Offside.
At the Montreal line, and what a night it is still to come. There's the hero from that remarkable comeback.
Up
last
next,
night.
Game 4
Oilers,
of Oilers Jets on Sportsnet.
Can Connor McDavid and company stave off
I mean,
elimination?
it's nothing against the Jets, but from a story standpoint, got to be nice for the league, nice for Oilers fans, long suffering, to see McDavid do something special, genuinely special tonight. And in Game 5 and 6, 4-7. Why not? Full chaos.
They had an extra day. They had home ice.
I'm not cheering for or against any of those teams. Uh-oh.
Deficit, but somehow they got to find a way to bounce back. Here's Armia sending it into the corner. Suzuki and Caulfield are out there.
The Habs aren't backing down from Simmons. They're abusing that guy, but he's taking it.
In behind the net, taken away by Brody. Thornton ahead for Simmons at center. And Nylander right back out there.
You got to think Willie's getting more ice time. God, he's been good.
Vancouver Giant played it to the leaf line, but Kerfoot will flip it back down into the Montreal zone.
Here's Galchenyuk. You really want to see him be effective with the little ice time he's going to get. Really tough start to the game for him. That's not the best pass. Woo! There you go. But he contributes to getting the face off there. Oh, from Matthew. Okay. Price or Fleury?
Both on and off the ice.
I don't even know why I'm thinking about it. Carey Price has been so good tonight. I feel like you're tricking me into jinxing him. Ooh, that almost snuck up on him. He's been so good tonight, but good Lord. What are they chatting about? Good Lord. Has Marc-Andre Fleury just been on another universe these playoffs? The weird thing with Fleury is I guess you just don't really know what to expect. He's a world beater. He is a backup who tweets, his agent tweets pictures of him with a sword through his back, and then he goes back to being a world beater. Someone please explain. Someone tell me what to expect.
Individual who you have to go up against, and that's such an important part of trying to be successful through this journey.
And if you do your job
Anderson's been a little more effective in this game than he was in Game 2. He was the best player on either team in Game 1. Either team. He was so good. All night. An all-night type player.
Just the ups and downs throughout a game. We talked about
Game 2 was about the end of the second before I went, oh, Anderson's there.
12, just 33.
Oh, I don't like this. Leafs ice the puck. Habs having a nice long chat about what they want to do. Hopefully the answer is give the puck straight to the Leafs because we feel like being nice.
Suzuki. And Suzuki's going to get
You saw Suzuki
screwed it up.
Foot in there early, and that's exactly what the gang was talking about. When you're losing draws, as Dano was against Matthews, you just try to tie him up. Try to do something
more
to
questions.
disrupt his rhythm.
But I can't read right now. I'm too stressed. God, Matthews is just a killer in the face-off dot.
They started to solve Matthews a little bit. Matthews now 12 and 10.
That always seems to be a late developing thing in star centers. Oh, Riley got lit up there. He's up.
On the draw, here's Mikheyev.
That was a tough hit. Anyone get the number of that truck?
Works him over. Down there in the corner. Corey Perry, an outlet for Tatar. Petrie jumping. And a pass for Petrie. He can't catch up to that. Now Brody looks up ice.
Fireworks have started. That means at the next whistle I'm going to open the door and we'll probably see my dog.
Stopped by Perry. And now Suzuki
He's a good luck charm.
He's going to turn away on the change.
You saw Petrie trying to jump up there.
I'm going to do it right now while TJ Brody fiddles.
Was talking earlier about Morgan Riley. You make those decisions. Petrie in this
Okay, I'm back.
period down by 1. You would expect him to try to risk reward, jump up when he gets a chance to create something offensively.
Number 3 in defensive points on the season. Here's Kotkaniemi snapping it. Up high on Campbell, short side. Gallagher. Brendan Gallagher, the least.
Man, every time I see Riley Nash, I'm like, oh yeah, you're in the game. He's been used so sparingly. There is not really a good justification to taking Pierre Engvall out in favor of Riley Nash. I understand what they were trying to do in game 1. You saw it, but now you've seen it.
Tried to flip it in, knocked down by Edmondson and played back into Toronto ice.
Doing it again, no justification there. It's good to see Riley back out after that huge hit.
In the game. Puts it off Price. Nylander sends it around. Up onto the ledge and down.
Oh, fortunate bounce for the Habs there. Oh, maybe not.
Canadians play it away. And here's
Probably a good job. Morgan, look behind you.
dropping it off for Suzuki. Edmondson across. And Petrie moved up with the pass behind him.
Very fortunate.
Caulfield, I mentioned,
Get
with
in there, Kerf.
2 shots on goal. If you projected his regular season totals, he would have led the Canadians in shots.
Wild to me, this is only game 3.
You know he's a shooter.
We have 2 series that are already
Get a
done.
look or 2 here in the third.
By the end of tonight, we could have more.
I thought maybe on that instance he made the drop pass if they had a shot.
Leafs Habs is going to be all that's left to watch.
Got to be of that 15 to 17 shots in this period if you're Montreal.
Oh!
Knocked down by Weber.
Matthews going into Sherratt kind of awkwardly there. That didn't look like it felt good.
He'll send it wide of the net.
Kind of smushed his leg funny.
Sherratt.
Uh-oh, in your feet.
Sandin's in deep. Covering his point position was Marner. And Bogosian will loft it back in. So nothing shy about Sandin.
Oh, the Leafs are just abusing Ben Sherratt.
In the Stanley Cup playoffs in the third period. Now Deneau. Bumped by Sandin, but advancing into the zone. Lost it to Mikheyev. Toffoli holds it in. Maybe a chance for Weber. Checked by Matthews. Weber comes off the boards. Plays it right on. Rebound. And Sandin and Toffoli tied up. Marner unable to clear. Kotkaniemi across. Toffoli shot. Rejected there by Sandin.
Good battle from Sandin. Dive. Someone get that. Oh, my God. 3 guys had a chance for that puck. Oh, thank goodness they cleared the zone. She...
Back out to center. Allows the Leafs to finish a change. Up it goes for Simmons, and he'll send it down on to Carey Price. Perry plays it out at center ice, knocked down by Muzzin. Past 7 minutes of the third. Price for Merrill. Big hit. Gallagher got crunched. Buckled there by Simmons. Gallagher up, though.
Relentless.
And Jake Muzzin takes a look.
Oh, God, 20 minutes is such a long time. There's 12 and a half to go in the third period. Still 2-1 Leafs. Habs not getting a ton of shots on goal, but they are getting offensive zone possession time. Look out.
Wayne Simmons striding through center to the red line and past Edmondson.
Did he get center there? Yes, he did.
Perry for Petrie up to Edmondson, and that's knocked away from Tatar.
Leafs have been really cautious defensively all night. At least protecting against 2-on-1s. They allowed the one real early in the game, and that was their cup of coffee. They said, "All right, I'm awake," and luckily they got the stop from Campbell. I've just been glued to this game, folks. I'm sorry. I'll get to your questions. Oh dear. Oh dear. Over the net.
There's one of those looks. Now Petrie sending it on goal. And
absorbed by Jack Campbell.
Without a whistle, Jack Campbell's gonna hold on.
Oh, Iggy, good boy. I'm leaving my door open. He's already down here, but he's asleep on the couch. My dog is afraid of fireworks, everybody. All right. Whoo! How are we feeling? Now we're at, not intermission. We're at a TV timeout here. Security Shark. Nicest NHL player you have ever met. Producer Drew says Quinn Hughes because he was hilarious. So we talked to Quinn Hughes in St. Louis. I believe he was a rookie, right? Because it was right before the Panini. And he was such a shy kid. And, you know, he's really soft-spoken. He was the second most shy person there. Tristan Jarry could barely get a word out. Poor guy. I think he was just surprised to be there. But, you know, Quinn Hughes, he was really shy and reserved. And we had this one question that was like, who's your weirdest teammate? And he's like, I don't know if I could say. I don't know. They're all a bunch of pretty cool guys. So later the day, we see Elias Pettersson, who's the grizzled sophomore. And we're like, who's the weirdest Canuck? And he's like, Quinn Hughes. Just right away, no hesitation. Oh, Quinn Hughes for sure. He's the weirdest guy. I thought that was very funny. The guy, Nico Hischier, was absolutely charming to speak to. I did enjoy speaking to Austin Matthews as well. Eric Stahl, I thought, Drew, remember that? He was really funny. Producer Graham, you were there too, right? It's only producer Stu. What a loser. Anyway. Will, did the Oilers 4-1 collapse lift any weight off your shoulders? Okay, this is not nice. But I was a bit glad that it happened to another Canadian team. Because I feel like if this happens to the Minnesota Wild, people just go, okay, whatever, who cares? Shut up. But Leaf fans, I think, they had good humor about it because they're like, been there, bruh. It sucks, doesn't it? Pain doesn't go away, it just becomes a part of you. Matthews, another big defensive zone draw. Got to get that out though, Mitch. Weird bounce.
Anderson, Dangle, Byron out there together.
Relentless. Boy, this Leaf team looks different. Oh, but the Habs keep it. Good glove.
With Anderson on the
what was that from Anderson? He wasn't slashing at Campbell, was he? Of course not. Campbell's an amazing, darling angel. How dare you?
Roundup Advance eliminates weeds before they get out of control.
Dade, where does Ovechkin end up next season? Ooh, Washington. Listen, I know chaos is the most fun, but like I know too many Capitals fans to want to see them go through that. And also, I just think it would look weird. It would look weird. Listen, he's probably going to play a few more years. Odds are he's going to pass a bunch of people in like all-time records. Who knows? He might even get the all-time goals record. And it would look unseemly if he did it anywhere else.
That pass gloved down by Petrie. Galchenyuk though gets it for Kerfoot.
Like if the Caps won the Cup next year and Ovechkin wasn't there, I'd be like, well, you got to mail him a ring though. Otherwise, it'd feel weird. Give him some skates. Let him skate a lap with the Cup as well. Even though he played 72 games with the Philadelphia Flyers this year. Oh my God, that'd be disgusting. Can you imagine that? I was going to say the Minnesota Wild, and I'm like, you should probably stop picking on them.
Up ahead it goes. Armia with speed into the zone. Now Bogosian behind the net. Caulfield watching him.
Good control, Bogo. But again, Leafs are having more and more trouble clearing the zone here. They end up getting it. The Habs are doing a little bit better of a job holding the line. Leafs have done a much better job this season of preventing those little fire drills, but we saw one in Game 1. It resulted in a goal. And we saw one earlier tonight. It didn't result in a goal, but it was close. Whoa, that would have been extremely impressive. Pierre. Call Pierre. You're going to get a call, make it a good one. Jack makes the stop. I don't even know how much time is left in this game. My heart. I can't believe we got to do this again tomorrow. Please don't go to quintuple overtime. Good God. So we're about halfway through the third period here. Leafs up 2-1. From Karan. What do you think of Campbell tonight? When he's been called on. I like this. What is Steve's stress level? I think I'm in the yellow. I'm in the yellow. I'm not going too haywire. I'm in the yellow. I will say this game, I think it was 2018 Game 7. I wore a heart rate monitor all day. And I helped my friend move into his new house. And my heart rate was higher during Game 7 than it was when I helped my friend move furniture. Karan, to answer your question, Campbell has been great when called upon and calm. That's what I'm liking about a lot of the saves he's making. Calm. He's actually made some glove saves that I'm sure if we watch them back, we'd actually be like, that was kind of impressive, but it's just the way he handled it makes you think it was some feather from the point. Dope wonder. Who starts in net tomorrow? Starter. It's Jack. Leaf fans, get used to it. It's Jack. It's Jack. It's Jack. It's Jack. It's Jack. Infinity Fire. Can Fleury steal the series for Vegas versus Colorado? We'll know a lot more after game 1. I have a hard time. I really have a hard time picturing anybody beating Colorado. And like, even if Fleury is the better goaltender, like, for God's sake, Grubauer had a great year, really good year. And if he was the starter for the Avs last year, had he not been hurt and Michael Hutchinson played games 5, 6, and 7, remember that. Oh, I think they would have won.
Anderson couldn't find it, and Matthews and Marner are away for
Good stop there from the big line. They've spent a little too much time in the defensive zone this third period so far. I mean, you don't want to be the line caught out there. Oh! Poor linesman. Oh! There's another one. The boys in black and white just getting abused on this shift. Watch the hold. Just shove them. Say, I don't like you. That's fine. It's not against the rules. You don't have to like them. 9 minutes to go. Good Lord. Earlier this game, when the Leafs were killing penalties, the clock was whizzing by, and I was like, this doesn't make any sense. And, oh, shots are 6-1 for Montreal. There it is. I did think the Leafs did a very good job of not letting their foot off the gas in game 2, and I hope that's not what we're seeing here. I think it's, I mean, you got to give the Habs credit. The Leafs aren't giving them a ton of offense to work with. The Habs are taking it. They're working for it. And how about Willie Nylander? I mean, it feels like he's played with every guy on the roster tonight. Remember when the Leafs were doubling up the Habs in shots? Look at it now. A lot closer. Hey, look, it's Riley Nash. I like this game. It's like, where's Waldo? Ah, it's Riley Nash. Get in there, Spets. Come on, Vintage. Come on, Riley Nash. Who's on the Leafs? Uh-oh. Hey, good job recovering the puck there, Riley Nash. Who's on the Leafs? Go for a line change, Riley Nash. Good dump in, Riley Nash. That guy's going to score the cup-winning goal. And we will know his name. We will know Riley Nash was a Toronto Maple Leaf. Uh-oh. Very nice bounce for the Habs. And good stop there by Jack. Foley rowdy. Couple of short passes, quick out to the outside, and just an aggressive play. Gallagher's done a lot of huffing and puffing, eh? Early on, he wasn't the busier of the two, but here is the Canadiens. I think it's Jack up high. He's okay. He's okay. His eyes are even. He's fine. I'm fine. But Gallagher, like, he's doing a lot of huffing and puffing, and like what I mean by that, like, not complaining really, but like he's not playing with swagger and intimidation that I'm used to seeing out of him. I wonder if that's related to the injury or what.
12 and a half minutes into the third period, the shot 7-1 Montreal. Here comes Anderson. Unable to get that shot away. It's Tatar behind the net.
Can't let them clog up the paint like that. Can't let them clog up the paint like that. Watch out. Leafs have done a good job limiting that. And that was that could have been real dangerous. After what I thought was a pretty effective first two periods, this top line is struggling a little bit. From Adam, do you think Marner is hurt or dealing with something? I hate automatically going to that. It seems like decision making to him. He's still fast. He's still spry. Putting Simmons out there to start the game is perplexing. But then, like, Marner's out there 30 seconds later, so I don't think he's hurt. I don't think he's hurt. He's playing a lot of ice. He's playing a lot of time on ice for a guy who's hurt. I don't think he's hurt. I think he's maybe fighting it a little bit. Also, he doesn't get the glory as the setup guy. Oh!
As Campbell covers up on Sportsnet
About
West.
6.5 minutes to go. The Habs are erasing that shot deficit. Can they erase the goal deficit? Oh, Jack did a really good job of compressing there. LOL King, you're telling me you wouldn't want to see Ovechkin on Pittsburgh? You're evil. You're evil. Ban that guy from the chat. That's illegal. I mean, Riley Nash defensive zone draw, that's exactly what he was brought in to do, and he doesn't quite get the victory there. Although I'm not going to lie, I don't understand how they quantify face-off wins and losses. Oh, baby. The Habs are getting closer and closer to Jack Campbell, and I don't like it.
He'll skate it out and work it in. Boy, back-to-back, Alex Kerfoot's been
I think it's Wet Canadian.
200-foot game.
Is Wool the future goaltender for the Leafs? I'd love to give you a great in-depth answer there, but it's way too early to tell. He was terrible last year, but I mean, very good. No! Bang! Oh!
An opportunity off the stick of Spencer and right to Thornton alone in front.
Joe didn't even know what to do there. Standing there in the slot all alone, like, how did I get here? How did this happen?
Morgan Riley there, Engvall as well.
That's a good decision there from Engvall. Wool was not very good, but he was great in college. This season, he started a little rough, and he got better as the season went on. He actually set the Marlies record for saves in a shutout, I believe. I don't remember how many. It was a lot. So, listen, goalie of the future, I don't know. Encouraging path? Absolutely. And it's a shame from an organizational standpoint as we near 5 minutes to go. Because the Leafs really looked poised to get their goalies some help in Newfoundland with the Growlers. And then the Growlers didn't get to play the season. Oh, baby. Oh, what a stop. Again, Habs crashing the blue paint. And oh, boy. Oh, boy. I can't believe that puck's not in the net right now. I can't believe. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Holy cow.
Well, how about Jack Campbell earlier watched at that same end as Carey Price made beauties in a row.
Oh, please give me the replay on that. Folks, I don't think I'm going to be able to get to any more of your questions for the rest of the game. Oh, Tatar just doesn't get it, the proper hook on it. Oh, my God. Oh, don't go to commercial now. How dare you? How dare you in my time of need? How dare you? Yeah, no, you guys got some really thoughtful questions down here. I'm just looking. I can't do it. I can't do it. This game's too tight. I'm too stressed out. All right, folks, we're in orange. We're in orange now. We were in yellow. We're in orange now. Oh, baby. This is by the way, decaf. Believe it or not. You'd never know it. You'd never know it. You know what? I had a fully caffeinated one after game one, or during game one. And not only could I not get to bed after that game, but I felt like I was going to have a heart attack. Especially heading into it. Once the stream begins, I'm perfectly comfortable. Everything's fine. I'm at home. I'm watching the Leafs, which I love, and I'm talking to my friends, which I love. But before, it's like waiting in line for a ride. Waiting in line for a roller coaster. I hate it. Because the ride makes you feel like you're going to die, but it also forces your body to release all the fun endorphins. Whereas waiting in line, you just feel like you're going to die. And there's also the feeling of you could easily avoid this. You could just walk away right now. There's something about being strapped in where you're like, well, I'm here. Might as well enjoy it. Less than 5 to go in this game. For a second, I didn't realize that was a replay, and I almost died. 12 saves in the third period so far. That is a busy period of hockey. You got to think it's going to be at least 15 by the time this is all said and done. What do we got? How much time left? Big boys out there again. Good chip. 4:30. Oh my God. Can someone talk to Doug Ford about speeding the time up? Or is that federal? Is that Trudeau? Someone talk to someone about speeding the time in this game up. Let's go, Zach. 4:15 and they get an offensive zone draw. That's good stuff. Oh, that's good stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, 17,000 people in this stream here. Let's get some likes. Click like. It takes so little effort. I know the game's going on. Do it. Do it now. Before they drop the puck. Click subscribe as well. That's 2 clicks. Okay? You can do it. You can do it. All this time complaining about it, you could have done it. You could still do it. Look, they're making them redo the faceoff. You could still do it.
Kerfoot and Suzuki.
Okay.
Montreal wins the draw.
Time's up.
Edmondson up the boards, and there's Toffoli with Gallagher and Suzuki.
You cannot let the Habs get behind you.
There's Toffoli after it. Galchenyuk played it ahead. And Edmondson
I love Willie. I don't think you're going to see this line for the rest of the game, though. Not with Galch. They'll switch to someone else. They'll start putting Mikheyev out there.
After it against Nylander.
Maybe Engvall.
Getting by.
Oh, is this a... What? Oh, Chucky, that would have been too perfect. You thief of joy. Oh, vintage. You thief of joy. Oh, my God. I think he might... never mind. He got it out. He got it out. No critique. Less than 3.5 to go. Doug, Justin, the time. We've talked about this. Is this municipal? John! Someone get in on this. I'm in Oshawa. Dan! His name is Dan Carter. That's the mayor of Oshawa. Someone get on this!
Had some offensive zone time.
Going to get an offensive zone face-off here, but a little early for Ducharme with 3:04 to go.
He's looking at the clock, talking to Luke Richardson. Now here's the play at the line that Kerfoot does a nice job of evading
it's not
traffic.
red.
Watch the little tip as it drops down. One hopper that Galchenyuk's not quite able to get a piece.
It's not red, but it's like...
It just didn't lay flat at the wrong time, at the right time. And
it's one of those shirts where you'd have to look at it and be like, is that red? No, it's orange. It's orange.
Well, historically, the Maple Leafs ended a
like Ron Weasley's hair.
9-game
They call him a redhead, but we all know what's up. Orange head isn't as fun to say.
2 nights ago, trying to win their first
Or is it?
Stanley Cup playoff
3:04 to go.
It's game 5 of the 1967
Habs pulled Price for like 6 minutes to go in game 2. A little bit different in a 1-goal game. Matthews, good job. And you just want to pin it here forever. Which, okay, well, this is a good suggestion, I thought. Come on, Morgan. It's too much space. Come on, Mitch. 2:30. Like I said, Leafs win this game like this. I think they feel like they can win any type of game. Oh, Jack, I don't know about that. Oh, it was less to play the puck and more to like run a little bit of interference. Great play there, Willie. Get that deep. Oh my God. 2 minutes. 2-minute warning. You got to assume Price is heading to the... Yep. I'm good at this. I think that hit Mikheyev in the head. I don't know where it is right now. Oh. 1:45. Only 15 seconds has passed since the last time I updated the time. Oh, my heart. I hate this. Oh, my... Oh. Oh, no. Get up, Bogo. Come on, boys. Win it this way. Win it this way. Feel good about yourself. Make them doubt you.
That's all the
Make
way
them
back
doubt
to
themselves, I
Petrie.
should say.
Now it's Suzuki. Perry behind the net.
110, 70 seconds.
Tyler to Foley, back to Tatar. Petrie to the middle. Watched by Hyman, shot off a skate and it went wide. Off
1
the
minute.
boot to Bogosian. Final minute. Regulation
Watch in
time.
front.
Zach Bogosian is going to send it out to center.
That's such a good clear. Oh my God, 50 seconds. That's impossible that only 10 seconds has passed.
Petrie starts
Doug!
back.
Justin!
4
John!
seconds left in the third. Suzuki will fire it in. The lone Canadian goal scorer so far.
Ron McLean!
Back to the line.
Does he control it?
Shea Weber.
30 seconds.
Tied up there
Get
by
this clear.
Marner.
Oh, come on.
Kept alive in the zone by Gallagher, and now it's Anderson. Up along the boards.
Mom!
5 seconds left.
The time! And the meatloaf! Oh God!
Knocked back to the corner by McKayen. Leafs trying to keep it in that corner. It's dug out with 10 seconds
10.
to go.
They're gotta fire it on.
Skate.
Oh shoot!
Field. Blocked
Oh, what a
by
stop!
Hall in front.
No!
Still loose.
Get it!
Anderson chops at it. Knocked away
Oh!
by Hall. And the
Yes!
Leafs hold on and take a 2-1 series lead.
Oh. I was right. I got the Hyman call wrong. I got the Hyman call wrong, but I got the final score right. 2-1. Folks, my heart, my effing heart. Trying to plug my phone in for the charge. I am dying right now. That could have been offside. This moment, my heart stopped. Oh, and he was going for the tip too. Oh,
great chances in front, but Campbell gets some help.
Oh, and the deflection. Oh, Perry's right there. Oh, they came so close. Caulfield here. Oh, my heart. Oh, that was Hall. I thought that was Bogosian. It's two giant dudes with long hair. Oh, what a block. And who knows, maybe that beats Campbell over the pad. Yeah, buddy. Oh.
And ending with a frantic pressure on as
I can't fully enjoy the Leafs win yet. I'm still
to get it through Hall.
I'm still too shook up. I'll do a few more questions. Because I just could not read anything for the last 5 minutes of the game. Dade, what do you miss most about being in the Sportsnet studios? Oh, man. Just working with everybody, seeing everybody, being able to talk about anything at any time. You know, miss producer Stu, producer Graham, producer Steph. No others. I can't think of any others. I miss seeing producer Drew several times a week. We had fun, man. We still do have fun with hat picks and dang it's. But I've made a few mistakes that Drew is so good at picking up on me when I say the wrong thing. And he's so good at being like, actually, shut up. Redo it. Retake it. Also, now I got to edit all my own crap. Hate it. Not all of it. Abbots. Who do you think will be Seattle's biggest rival? I would like to see it develop into the Canucks, wouldn't you? That seems to make the most sense. It'd be great to have an all-expansion battle between Vegas and the Kraken. I forgot their name for a sec. That'd be great. I think they're setting off fireworks in celebration of the Leafs win. Couldn't be anything else. They always set off fireworks every May for a Leafs playoff victory. What's that? They often lose? Well, not this time, my friends. Not tonight. Not game 3. The Leafs take home ice advantage back with that win. Even if Montreal wins game 4, which is tomorrow night, by the way. Even if Montreal were to win game 4, the Leafs now have home ice advantage back. They lost it when Montreal won game 1. They've taken it back. They have the 2-1 series lead. What's going to happen tomorrow? Is Nick Foligno returned to the lineup? Will Jack Campbell start? I got to imagine. Boy, he looked fantastic in this one. Leafs tidy defensively. Habs no slouches, though. You're seeing this is not an easy series. This is not an easy series. Goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. Last one. One more. Why not? Jamie, is Game 4 being a back-to-back more of an advantage for the Leafs or the Habs? Well, last year it's an advantage for the team that is losing the game, if that makes any sense. So I believe no. Okay, so the 4-1 comeback was the first half of the back-to-back for the Jets and Oilers. But last year, I believe Game 3 and 4 were back-to-back Toronto and Columbus. And the Leafs erased a 3-0 deficit with like 3 minutes to go. So I think it, like that mad flurry by the Habs at the end of this game, do the Leafs have enough in the tank to fend that off? A 1-goal lead with the net empty. Back-to-back nights. So you want to be a hockey player, huh? Oh, and you know what? Yeah, 3 stars. We should do 3 stars of the game. Off the top of my head, I'm going to give Matthews 2nd star. No, sorry, 3rd star. I'm going to give him 3rd star. Really good in the face-off dot. Underrated defensively. Jack Campbell, I'm going to give 2nd star. He wasn't very busy until the 3rd, but he made all the big stops when he had to. And I mean, that stop on the 2-on-1 early in the game set the tone for the whole thing. It's a completely different game if that goes in. And I've already forgotten who my number 1 star was. Oh, William Nylander. He scored the Leafs' first goal. Game 2, he's playing with new line mates. Game 3, loses one of those line mates from Game 2. He's playing with new line mates again. Starts with Nash. It goes to Kerfoot. Galchenyuk was there the whole time, and he had an off night, but he picked up the Leafs' depth on his shoulders. So I'm going to go Matthews 3rd star, Campbell 2nd star, Nylander 1st star. So to the 18,000 of you, goodness gracious, who joined, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends that Game 4 of the Edmonton Oilers and the Winnipeg Jets is about to take place on Sportsnet, and we will be right back tomorrow night on Sportsnet's YouTube channel. That's right here for Game 4. Click like, click subscribe, drink water.